With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 90 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and show. Streams online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Jasper 9 and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. If supports are also slow, his taste low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once ticked off across the board with charge to what because his code can't be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored to help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap, while DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine, it's not in burp and leaning ban, it matters not if actually fun is child can't see it powers make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before lunch and into a big pretending never bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty life and all his strife of forgetting that it's done well and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. She's nearly over and a win is in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, Monday 11th of March 2024. For the people that are here live, I am sorry for not starting on time. I could not start when Phil was going live. I just didn't have a time to essentially, but I thought rather than just abandon Bingo, I'll start like an hour late instead. It's got nothing to do with the clocks going forward thing coincidentally, it's got nothing to do with that whatsoever. It's just a coincidence that happened this sort of way. But look at it this way, we've got a whole lot of speed up just to use because Phil has been live now for about 35 minutes or so. As of right now, like 33 minutes we're behind the whatever, you know what I mean? So we're going to start at 1.5 speed right from the get-go, you know what I mean? We've got tons of speed up juice here, we shouldn't run out of speed up juice, we should be perfectly fucking fine. But I do hope you're all doing very well indeed, and I hope you're all enjoying your Monday so far. In case you're wondering, Phil yesterday did not have a great day for support. After many days in a row where he had great days of support, yesterday I only saw him get $89 overall, $30 on the React stream, and the Retro React stream only got 59 buckaroos. And lately that's usually done very well for him to, you know, get a pat on and a vest as well and all that jazz, but only 59 buckaroos. And yeah, that's a bad day for DSP. I've always had several good days before that, so I'm sure he won't be feeling too much stress and pressure, you know, just because he had one slow Sunday, because Sundays for him traditionally are quite slow anyway. He's only streaming once today, remember, he's taking Monday night off for, you know, personal reasons, or, you know, doing his taxes and filming Patreon videos and all that jazz, so yeah, there you fucking go. So yeah, he might be a little bit desperate today for some extra support because he's only streaming once. I guess if Phil mentions that, we will get a free space. How's that? If Phil mentions the fact that extra support today would be nice because he's only streaming once, free space. Bear in mind, I've not seen anything about the podcast so far. I've not had any advanced knowledge of what's happening on today's podcast. No idea. But yeah, I mean, obviously Phil's live, and he has been live now for over 30 minutes. So let's just fucking get the bingo card set up and let's just go. Somebody please give me a random number in chat. The first random number in chat I see will be what I use for today's bingo card shenanigans. The first number in chat I saw was Tacozilla with 35. So yeah, we'll use his number, we'll just type it in here, 35, and there we go. This is the bingo card we have for today's shenanigans, and hopefully it can produce us a full house bingo. We need Phil to say good news, day off, help, his charity creek, and him saying honest. Then we need him to say schedule, react, business, allow me to explain, and fuck. The third row is Phil giving a thumbs up, him saying positive, the funny thing is, him saying Twitter or X, and him saying essentially. The fourth row is Phil saying support, him messing with his phone, him saying update, him discussing politics, and him saying behind the scenes. And the fifth and final row is Phil saying percent, you know what I mean, him burping, him saying okay, and finally him doing a Y or a T pose. The politics one is quite new, but Phil does sometimes surprisingly often mention politics in some regard. Not every time, but a lot of times. So yeah, this is what bingo's all about. Some of these squares are guaranteed slam dunk, and some of these are, you're not entirely sure, it could very well happen, but who knows. But that's a beauty of bingo, baby. So yeah, also the aim in the game is to try and get a full house 25 out of 25 on a bingo card, just see it before you. But if you want a chance to win a full house prize, I need to get used to fucking doing this new fucking bingo fucking blurb message, you know what I mean? Because I also changed it. So the aim of the game, we're trying to get a full house. If we do that, the current prize fund will go up in $25. It is currently at $60 prize fund. If we get a full house, that'll add $25 onto that. The end of the very month, whatever the prize fund is, one of you guys can potentially win a prize, but only if you've left a comment on the community post, which is linked in the description of his live stream. So if you've not done that yet, make sure you do it before the end of the month. That way, you know, if you do that, you're in with a chance of potentially winning whatever the prize fund will be at the end of the month. It might stay at $60, it might grow to 85 after today, who knows? It might even grow to the triple digits before the month's end, who knows? It depends entirely on how many bingos and full houses we get from these bingo cards throughout the month of March. So there we go. And there's a variety of ways for us to get free spaces as well on the bingo cards. See before you. If Phil snorts or burps 10 times before he starts recording for a shitey gameplay, then that will give us free spaces. And if we hit 100 likes on this bingo stream before I finish playing bingo, not only will that give us a free space as well, but you guys also get to enjoy the bubbles animation made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations as well. Because Phil has adjusted his microphone settings, I lowered the number of snorts required to get a free space, since we do not hear the silent ones anymore. We can only count snorts that we're sure we've heard. The same goes for kind of burps as well to an extent. So yeah, it's one of those things like, if it's obvious that Phil's burping, then yes, we can fucking count that. But the snorts, though, he doesn't acknowledge as much usually, and his microphone settings have changed, but you'll still hear the more robust snorts. So I'm confident of hitting free spaces for snorts at least today, even though it's down to 10. Who knows though, but yeah, I think I've covered all the basics and everything else. Again, I do apologise for the late start to the stream, but it was outside of my control. I'm here now, and hopefully we can get a full house to start off our Monday, or there's a brand new week, you know, a Monday, not a jazz. So let's try and start with a fucking banger. And of course, before we go into battle, let us press the random Scottish soundboard button to see what it's going to play right before we begin.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
That's probably good enough. Okay, here we fucking go, everyone. Brace yourselves. Let time go.
Good morning, everyone. In a surprise twist, today we have a lot of news about multiverses. Yeah, after a very long hiatus, the game's coming back, and we've got some interesting updates on that, plus some cool new positive updates regarding some changes I made recently to my tech stuff here, updates to the schedule, and more to discuss. All this on today's Level 1 podcast.
So, we got one ticked off already, very positive. I don't think interesting's on the board. Schedule now, there we go. So, we've got two. That's a good start. So he said positive and he said schedule, so good stuff indeed. I don't think he said update today. No, I don't think he did. But yeah, 2 down, 23 to go. Here we go.
Alrighty, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the show. Today is Monday, the 11th of March, 2024. Of course, I'm DSP and I welcome you to the show. And a chill day, although this month some things are a little bit different, a little bit thrown out of whack. A day where there's only one stream, okay? So I'll just say this up front. Today, since I'm only doing one stream, if you're here, if you like the podcast, please support it. If you like Final Fantasy...
Okay, I'm counting that as a free space. He actually fucking brought up he's only doing one stream, so please support. I'm counting that as a free space. Alright, let it be known there's one free space because Phil fucking begged a bit harder than usual because he's only streaming once today, okay? So just remember there's a free space, okay? Straight away. If Phil got it right out the way, straight off, right from the get-go. He's only streaming once, so please support today before it's too late because you won't get a chance to tonight. Fuck me, man. So we're technically already 4 squares down.
C7, please support it. Or in general, if you just like my content, please support it. I won't have a second stream tonight for people to attend and support, so it'd be great if I could get some kind of support on the first stream, okay? Got it out of the way, now I don't have to talk about it. Okay, so on today's show, we got a variety of stuff to talk about. First of all, I'd like you to know how yesterday went with the React stuff, which it went pretty well. We'll talk a little bit about that. I want to talk about my first day's experience using these new filters on my microphone, which I never used before. I never had filters on my microphone, so I didn't know how they were going to work. I didn't know how positively it was going to affect things, and we'll talk about that because apparently some really good positive improvements. I also want to talk about the schedule, because right now, excuse me, with everything going on, and the fact that we're in the midst of so many games, we need to focus, I feel, on certain games and try to get as far as we possibly can in them, so that they can be on the schedule to be beaten first, so that we will have room for new games. To give you some perspective here, this coming Friday is the release of the Star Wars Battlefront Collection, Classics Collection, I believe it's called. and I'm very excited to play this. I love the classic Battlefront games. The collection seems like it's going to be pretty solid multiplayer fun. A week from then, we've got Rise of the Ronin. Okay, it's a game that everyone is very interested in. Looks like a good variety game with samurai combat, stealth, and other aspects. Very different from all the stuff that I'm playing right now. It definitely will feel like a breath of fresh air to play it. Later this month, we may be checking out Alone in the Dark, a horror game starring David Harbour. Maybe. We don't know until we get more information because there hasn't been any real gameplay yet, so we have to see if it's any good or not. The fact that it's been delayed twice up to now isn't a great sign, but I guess we'll see. But the point I'm making here is, there is definitely stuff that I'm going to be doing that I need time to do. But if I'm in the midst of so many games, including Baldur's Gate 3, which has now been in Act 3 for how many weeks, and we're seemingly not getting any closer to the ending of the game. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I now started playing about a week and a half ago, and to be honest, we've barely scratched the surface of, despite the fact that, if you don't know, I'm actually, you ready for this? 17 hours into the game, so nearly 20 hours in, and we haven't even really gotten past the earlier stages of the game yet. So, to give you perspective, I think this is going to be another long-haul RPG again, right? Like Dragon Infinite Wealth, a game that now we are over 40 hours into, and we're in Chapter 8, and Chapter 8 is just taking forever. And it's like, wow, these games are just lingering. When will we ever beat any of them? And honestly, I don't know. Because this is the problem with modern gaming. Almost all the games that have come out are lengthy RPGs that take too long to finish when it comes to my content. I'm not saying that if you're only playing one RPG and you're enjoying being immersed in that world and the RPG is 100 hours long, that's a bad thing. I'm saying that when they release 10 of these games within a 3-month span, that's too much.
Baldur's Gate 3 came out last summer, Phil. So that's on you.
So, that being said, what we need to do is really hone in and focus on a couple select games to try to get them finished, hopefully, by the end of March. And if they get finished by the end of March, that means now we can focus on other games and get them into the schedule more regularly. Because right now, if I just add in Battlefront this Friday, Rise of the Ronin the next week, Alone in the Dark the next week, and I'm not finishing any games, it just means we're going to be playing 6-7 games and I'll never beat any of them because I'll only be playing them like once a week. That's not going to work, right? So I feel like some tough decisions have to be made, and some people are going to be happy and some people will not, at least in the short term. It's like they say, you can't please everyone all the time, right? You can't. So if I can't please everyone, I might as well just accept the fact that there's going to be some people disappointed no matter how we tackle this upcoming challenge, right? And so we're going to talk about the schedule for this week and how I'm going to kind of juggle it around a little bit, and a major focus on 2 particular games to try to get as far into them as I can. And hopefully, if I play them more than other stuff, we'll be able to beat them by the end of the month or get really darn close. And then basically kind of having 1 or 2 other new games in the mix this month for variety, which I want. I'll be honest, yeah, it gets tiring when you're playing the same games for this long. But we'll see. Let's talk about it today. Okay, that's going to be one of the major topics of discussion. The other major topic today is Multiverses, which out of nowhere has a bunch of news. They had a giant announcement this morning regarding engine changes, gameplay changes, new characters, release date, the style of game it's going to be, and all this stuff. It's like, whoa, Multiverse has been gone for like almost a year, and now all of a sudden, boom, all this info, kind of interesting, okay? All right, so first off, no late stream tonight.
Was that a wee quick thumbs up I saw there?
This info, kind of interesting, okay?
Yeah, it was. Okay, I wouldn't looked away for a fucking second and they fucking done it. Wee cheeky bastard.
Burger?
There we fucking go. Can't even fucking blink around DSP without him fucking trying to sneak a thumbs up in there without me fucking noticing.
All right, so first off, no late stream tonight, everybody. Why? Because I got to do stuff, personal stuff. I have to film private patron videos behind the scenes. I have to work more on behind the scenes stuff that I always have to do this kind of year for the business.
Burger.
It is what it is. And so I got to work on stuff. And that being said, yeah, I can't be here tonight. Sucks. I like being here. Double streams every day. You know that. You know I love hanging out with you. Basically, March is always kind of like this, where I have to take time out. It happens every year. And it's no difference this year. It looks like this tonight, and then maybe next Monday as well, Monday night, are 2 more nights I have to take off from streaming. After that, we should definitely get back into the full-time swing of things, where I'm here every day, double streams. Okay, so today and 1 more day next week, and then we get back into everything. Okay, so sorry about that. It is what it is. Again, if you are a fan of the content, if you enjoy everything I do here, please support the content today during the stream that I'm actually here. The reason I say that is because already a week and a half in a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the streams aren't doing very well. You know, I'm noticing that the attendance has dropped off. The engagement and support have dropped off. And it's like, well, this is the only stream I'm doing today. If you like the stuff, a lot of people have come by during the podcast, particularly, just to hang out, and then they dip when I start playing the game. Hey, I'm all for that. Come hang out with me on the podcast. I love having you. But please, you know, support while you can be here, because that's really the only time I get to do the work for the day, okay? Okay, so we have so many topics to talk about. The first one I'd actually like to jump into is my microphone, all right? So, listening to feedback in the last month, okay, I upped the volume of my microphone because people were saying that my volume was always too low on my streams and my videos, and I needed to increase it. So I did. But then all the game volume was off because the games were too low, so then I increased the game volume. But then what happened was people were saying there was too much blowout or clipping or whatever you want to call it, because the game volume had been, or the mic volume had been increased. Now, if I did something like cleared my throat or burped or something like that, okay, it was annoying people. They're like, oh, it's really bad now, especially for like headphone users. So yesterday, I adopted new microphone filters, and the idea was to test them during React Day and see how they apply. Now, honestly, I don't know if that's going to be representative of everything because it wasn't gameplay, right? It was just me reacting to videos. But for what it's worth, okay, the feedback that I received yesterday was quite positive, okay? There's 3 things I implemented: a noise suppressor, a noise gate, and a limiter. What these are supposed to do, essentially, is stop things that are atmospheric noise from being heard. Like, for example, right now, in my office, I've got a fan on, and right over here, I've got my PC running, which is loud fan noises, and my chair creaks. So right now, I'm just curious, and I'm gonna go completely silent, and you tell me if you hear anything. Ready? The best goal has been pretty hard to hit recently, and that's tough when, you know, things are tight. I get it.
So, the test is this is not a very good test because Phil is doing this while he's being silent. The real strong test is for him to try and fucking test the chair creak. Basically, I heard his chair creaking earlier on because he was talking at the time. And so his microphone picked up a chair creak because it was listening to him talk, and it was meant to be picking up that. And the chair creaks are quite loud. The chair creaks on their own will not probably set off his current microphone settings with the fucking filters on, just on their own. But if Phil was to talk while he's moving about the chair, you will hear the chair creaks. But on their own, no, you won't hear it. Probably. Because he's got the default settings on.
Now I'm going to click my mouse. Ready? You hear any of that? You hear nothing. It's actually working very well. So all these little annoying atmospheric noises you used to hear have been completely muted. I wasn't even thinking about the chair creak, because the chair creak is really annoying. It's loud sometimes when I'm moving here, and you don't even hear it anymore. Whoa, well, that's a huge improvement. So that's really cool. The other thing that it does is it basically makes it that when a really loud noise happens, it's going to muffle the noise. All right. And actually, I actually kind of heard a side-by-side comparison of me like coughing into the mic and sounding loud, or me coughing and it's kind of muffled. Now, I'll be honest. The muffling is a little jarring, especially, for example, when I'm laughing really loudly. This is what happened yesterday. I was watching Heavy Rain, and I went to laugh, and people were like, oh, the laugh was muffled. And I'm like, well, you know what you can do about that? Like, it's kind of like, you got to settle on what's better. Would you rather have it muffled and your ears never get like blown out by too loud noise, or would you rather have it, you always get the genuine sound so you can hear everything, but then it's
so there is actually plenty that Phil could do with it. He's just not bothered his arse to fucking do his fucking due diligence and research into it, okay? If I look at my microphone settings, you've got things like a limiter, which has a, you know, so my threshold is like minus 6 decibels on my noise suppression, on my limiter, sorry. You got things like gain as well, you got the noise gate, there's so many different variables and tweaks to this, and there's no set setting for everyone, you know. You got a compressor, you got an expander as well. The expander is a thing as well. I think him failing to use an expander is a pretty big miss from him. As I said, like, if I'm suddenly being really fucking loud like this, it won't go mad. And if I talk really quietly as well, OBS will recognise that and pick up, you know, and boost the volume a bit. That's the thing though, because I've done my due diligence, because I went and fucking done my research, I actually fucking looked into trying to fucking optimise my microphone and have the best possible settings for my audience. So if I'm being like loud as fuck, or if I'm being quiet as fuck, it will still provide a decent amount of fucking volume for my audience, so they can hear what the fuck I'm still saying. And it's not like, oh shit, he went quiet all of a sudden. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's just, he is such a fucking lazy bastard. He really is. He is so fucking lazy. And he feels proud of himself for finally adopting this. Bill Burnell started live streams over 10 years ago. I want to sink in. He has been using OBS Studios for 12 years, I want to say. I think it's like 12 years he's been using OBS Studios, and it only took until March of 2024 for him to realise, oh, I can add filters to my microphone in OBS. Most people do not take that long to discover that feature. If they are live streaming every fucking day,
gonna be overly loud sometimes, right? So I guess for now we'll leave everything in place as is. But I would like your feedback on what you think. Particularly now we're gonna get into full gameplay stream days again. You know, yesterday was a React day. It's a certain audience for that content, but not everyone. As we head fully back into gameplay now for the rest of the week, I'm gonna get a bigger audience of people who are gonna give me better opinions. Not better opinions, but more varied opinions, I feel. Okay, so let me know. You want to, oh, can I clap to give a demonstration? Sure. All right, so ready? I'm going to clap into the mic, and this is what it's going to sound like from now on. Ready? I think that's a good example.
I think Phil said essentially earlier on, and I missed it. Am I crazy for thinking that? I feel like Phil said it earlier on, like fucking like 10 minutes ago, practically. And I feel like I missed it. Does anyone else think Phil said essentially earlier on? And did I just miss it? I don't know. I feel like I want to tick it because I think I missed it, but I don't know if he said it or not. Fuck, I'm taking it.
Burger.
I'm taking it. Screw it. I don't know. I feel like he said it and I missed it.
example because I saw it did max out over there, but likely you heard a muffled sound, right? Orange says, I notice it muffles your laugh and the beginning of certain words when you're not speaking for a while. So if I'm completely silent and then all of a sudden I start talking, maybe the beginning of that first word gets muffled. Okay, interesting.
Again, this is because Phil has not fucking worked on trying to alter the defaults on his settings. The way also, as you can imagine how his fucking filters kind of work, it is trying to block all these background noises out to an extent. And as well as that, it'll also kind of make sure your microphone won't just pick up any random noise as well. But if it's, but there's a certain threshold that you can tell OBS to try and open and close to when you're talking. Basically, yeah, Phil just basically didn't bother his arse to fine-tune this. He applied the filters and didn't bother to do any other testing, thinking that was all that was required.
As long as the burps are still for full force as Adam, I don't think they will be. I think the burps even will be muffled. So all these years that people complain, Phil burps, it's disgusting. Why doesn't he have a mute button? Man, I hear the creaking of his chair. How unprofessional. Why do I hear all this fan noise in the background? Why is it that when he starts recording and stops recording, I hear a click constantly? It's in all of his videos.
I love how you could hear the clicks when Phil was talking, demonstrating my point crystal clear. When Phil is not talking, it will not pick up the mouse clicks. But the second he fucking is trying to demonstrate mouse clicks while he's talking, we could all hear those two mouse clicks right fucking there. I'll rewind that again, you can hear him yourself.
Why do I hear all this fan noise in the background? Why is it that when he starts recording and stops recording, I hear a click constantly? It's in all of his videos. None of that's gonna happen anymore. It's literally overnight done. Okay, so let's see what happens and go from there. Obviously this sounds good, right? And that's the thing, yeah. Who needs a mute button if the noise gate is gonna take care of this stuff and you can't hear most of it anyway, or it's muffled, then it's not a big deal anymore, right? So let's see how it goes. All right. Thank you for your feedback. Please continue to give me feedback. I would love to hear your feedback on this. If you think it's an improvement, or hey, if you have any further suggestions for tweaks or improvements, let me know. This is just a small one that was easy to implement. Now, the other thing that is interesting about this, should I employ some of these on gameplay audio? Now, that's a big question. I'm going to give you a perfect example here. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. When I get into combat, people have been complaining that for some reason the game audio seems to increase during combat and you can't hear me talk at all. Right? That the combat looks good and the gameplay is good, but you can't hear me commentate on it. Should we employ a limiter of some sort on the game so that when it goes into combat, it basically doesn't have those issues? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What do you think? Right? I guess I need your feedback on that. By the way, why did Big Ocho get banned? He shouldn't have been banned. He didn't. It just got timed. Oh, okay. It just got the message just got deleted. Okay. But he made fun of a detractor, and it's like, I don't care if you make fun of a detractor. Just I understand some people are like touchy with that. They see the name and they freak out. Okay. Anyway.
Hold on. So is one set of rules for certain groups in Phil's chat compared to others? I thought the rules were a blanket list of rules. You don't make fun of other chatters. But now Phil's like, I don't mind if my audience make fun of detractors. Phil, make it make sense. You know, stick by your guns, you know what I mean? Just fucking make sure you stick to your fucking principles here. Mr. fucking Moral Compass is perfectly happy for his audience to fucking mock detractors in his own chat.
So, what do you think about that? What do you think about me putting some of these things on gameplay? I think if I'm going to do it on gameplay, the only one that I should do is the one that limits the high notes, which one is that called? I get confused between these filters. It's not... Would it be noise suppression? I think that would be noise suppression, would it not? Or would it be the limiter? Now I'm confused. I actually think it's the limiter, right? I think that if you hit a certain decibel level, what it would do is automatically like nerf it, but I'm not sure exactly how it works. Okay. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I want feedback. Yeah, limiter will cut off the high volume. So here's the thing though. Do you really want to cut off the game volume? I don't know if that makes sense. Like cutting off the game volume versus maybe finding a way to lower it. You know, I don't know. But I guess we have to talk about this. I only was thinking about it in regards to the mic, and then it was actually OP Boom. I'd like to comment on a video. He was like, oh, well, you know, this might work wonders for gameplay for a game like Final Fantasy VII right now. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about it in regards to like a game. I was only thinking about the mic. So let's think about this, okay? And please, again, I need your feedback on it. Shout out to Lucky Gremlin, just gifted 10 memberships to the community. Congrats to Adam, Brendan, Wogo.
So how does Phil know that that's a fucking reliable member bomb? Has he like vetted the Lucky Gremlin's financial currency? Why is he automatically assuming this member bomb is valid? Is it because it's not a 50 member bomb? I'm kind of curious why Phil is distrustful of some and not others.
Daniel 7, Bull from Night Court, Going Man, The Scale Scholar, Hiro Nakamura, Derek, and JB's Spooky Review. Awesome, and thank you Lucky Gremlin for supporting the channel. And Ponage 101, no problem. No problem at all. I think the Big Ocho timeout has been fixed. It was an error. Okay, so that was the first segment. Let's talk about yesterday quickly. Excuse me. Yesterday was React Day. And yesterday was a podcast followed by the DSP versus the Internet Clips React show on DSP Reacts, followed by the DSP Reacts, the DSP Throwback React show, Retro React, Heavy Rain. It all went pretty well. I would say that the clip show was a good variety yesterday. I actually don't think there was a moment during the show that I was bored. That's a good thing. Like, everything was interesting. I learned a lot about Warhammer. I learned a lot about all kinds of different things. We learned about what governments are kind of ranked as not corrupt or something like that. There was some food stuff, like Japanese food. There was good stuff. And I like those variety shows because it keeps you interested in moving around from topic to topic. And, you know, it gives me an opportunity to talk about a lot of different things. There's actually...
I just realised that it talked about governments and which ones are... Technically, that's politics.
Burger.
We can definitely count that as politics thoughts when he was like talking about his React show, into one of the videos was like talking about governments and which ones are trustworthy and all that shit. That counts.
I'll say this because this was really funny, but at the same time it was really stupid. So there was a video that was a parody of what it's like trying to get a job. Okay.
Oh, this is beautiful. I know exactly what he's fucking talking about, and it fucking apparently it set him off in some salty fucking rant. Hold on, let me see if I can find this on Twitter. Somebody clipped it on Twitter. I don't know what it was from. I'm just gonna go to Plum's Future and see if he's got it in his channel. Hold on, because he's usually good for it. I'm not sure if he does have it in his channel. I might not actually. Shit. Hold on. Maybe Otter Place will have it. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, I know. I'll know when I fucking see it. Give me a second here. Ah, here we go. I found it. Okay, so here we go. Phil was doing his React stuff, whatever, and somebody made an interesting comment because Phil said something about, you know, what it's like to fucking look for jobs. And Phil saw his comment and it triggered a fucking great rant.
What's hilarious is you have idiot trolls in the chat saying that because I haven't personally applied for a job in the last 15 years, I don't know what I'm talking about. Fuck you. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Just because I haven't personally done it doesn't mean I don't have experience and knowledge of it. You're a moron, right? Really, you're a fucking moron. It's like saying because you never cooked a gourmet meal, you don't know anything about the meal at all.
Well, you cannot compare cooking food to fucking looking for employment. They are two extremely different fucking things. It is a normal thing to cook food for yourself every day. It is not normal, really, to be fucking actively applying for jobs.
You know, you couldn't have possibly looked into it or researched it online or know people who've been through that. You're an idiot. Fuck off. Okay.
Oh, the fucking sodium levels fucking went through the roof for that one. And yes, that really set him off. That set him off completely. And it looks like he's going to come back to it again today, just for this point here. So I'm looking forward to seeing, like, Phil try and defend himself. I mean, what would Phil know? What would he know himself, personally, of his own experience, of what it's like to fucking try and find employment in America? He'll know second-hand accounts, of course, from people around him, like Kat, for example. But no, what does Phil himself personally know of this? He has no real concept. He has no real clue.
Okay, in America that is. And so, oh, here's how you go online, you try to apply to this online service, and literally all the good jobs have an insane amount of requirements, like 400 years of experience, and, you know, you have to have the godlike powers of a deity to get hired for this job. And it's like, how can anyone get those jobs, right? It's stupid. Then the other jobs that are listed there that have like, oh, you don't need any experience, they're all lies because you apply for them and they either don't exist or the job's not what it even says it is because they're trying to bait and switch you into a job because they need people so desperately. So I commented on this, saying, you know, right now in America, the United States that is, it's kind of ridiculous how annoying the job searching process is because of a lot of different things. And you get my idiot detractors coming in saying, how could Phil possibly know this? He hasn't had a job since 2010. Really, I haven't worked since 2010. I haven't.
True. That is a factual statement, Phil. You have done YouTube as you've turned a hobby into a fucking livelihood. But I wouldn't call what you're doing now not really a job. You're basically begging, as things are right now, Phil, you're begging your audience to sustain your lifestyle. I wouldn't call that a job. I would call the years 2010 to 2015, 16, maybe I'd call that you working. But ever since Adpocalypse happened and you turned to your audience to fucking sustain your lifestyle and begging every day for their fucking money, it's not been a job, no.
Made a living. Right, that's interesting, right? Also, the funniest part about that is they apparently are under the impression that there's absolutely no way that I could ever absorb any information from anything but firsthand experience, right? Like there's no way that I could read testimonials, talk to actual people who have been looking for jobs in the job market. Like, this doesn't exist apparently. What I do is I just sit here in an isolation bubble, speaking to no one, and only bouncing ideas off the wall in front of me back at me. So all I have is first-person experience. It's like, wow. It's almost like...
Phil, it's a factual observation that you don't actually fucking know what it's like to fucking be actually looking for work since 2010. You got fired in 2010, and since then you're not batted a fucking eye into trying to find further employment. That is a factual observation.
Like, you're really stupid. But we already knew that. But I just found that funny, that here I am actually adding pretty insightful commentary from my own firsthand experiences and experiences of other people around me who relate this to me, and you get people that are being so stupid about it. It's like, whatever. Anyway, so that show went pretty well, and as usual, first 2 videos went live. The next video actually probably just went live as I was broadcasting here. I just want everyone to keep in mind, daylight saving time began, and that means that all my streams and content start an hour earlier now. So this has shifted some times, and I actually don't know if it affected, I don't think it affected the video publishing times, but my streams are earlier now. And you know, I noticed yesterday distinctly, yes, people were late. People were showing up an hour late for everything. Just like right now, I guarantee you within the next 25 minutes, you're gonna have people showing up and being like, oh, the show's already on? Yep, we had daylight saving time yesterday, so all my stuff starts an hour earlier. As stupid as it is, I hate it too. All right, so last night, excuse me. Last night, it was DSP Throwbacks, Heavy Rain Retro.
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you, Virtue Warren, for the super chat. Who says, let's see a resume. No. Can you imagine Phil Burnell's resume? And how he's trying his fucking best to make it look fucking good for any potential employer. How in the hell could you make Phil Burnell, you know, an attractive acquisition to your company? Like, how could you fucking relay the past 15 years in a positive manner to any potential employer? Actually, I mean, I have no idea.
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you very much to Ira for the super chat. Oh, let me just click that. There we go. But I need to click again. There you go. Thank you very much to Ira for the super chat. It says, he looked at Cat's Indeed page, knows everything. Yeah, he looks at one thing and is like, I'm an expert now. It's like Phil's the kind of person who would watch Oppenheimer and then think to himself, I know how to make an atom bomb. That's just like, that's what he thinks. He sees something, he knows how to fucking do it. That's how he approaches Tekken gameplay and Street Fighter gameplay. He fucking studies all these fucking superior players playing these fucking characters that he fucking uses, and he thinks to himself, I just need to fucking watch other people do it so I know what to fucking do. He is deluded in the head if he thinks that's all you fucking need to do to fucking get by in fucking life. Jesus Christ, man. If that was fucking true, then of all the cooking shows that fucking Cat and Phil watch together, you know, one of them would be a fucking gourmet chef by now, but clearly that's not a fucking case either.
React again went really well, and the pacing that we're at is that every time that I do one of these streams, we get through about 10 parts of the playthrough, okay, which is not bad progress at all. The playthrough 60 parts, as of last night, we finished on part 40. So likely what's going to happen is 2 more weeks to wrap up the Heavy Rain Retro React. It's a great time because you can tell in the audience some people have never played Heavy Rain before and don't know what's going on with the story, and they're actually like hooked on it, while others love this playthrough. They've seen it before, it's one of their favorite.
Oh, balls. Here we go.
Parallelogram Yosef tipped £3. Every day keeps getting better. He says the trolling and insults don't get to him, but he still brings up Turkey Tom vids. Reassures himself by lying how good his life is and brings up insults from a week ago. It's really satisfying to see it happen often now.
Thank you very much to Parallelogram Yusuf for the tip, and yeah, I agree. I agree completely. He's pretending this is the happiest he's ever been in his fucking life, and yet he cannot let go of the things that have happened to him in the past. He still mentions side scrollers and everything that happened with him, with those guys back fucking then. He can't stop talking about Turkey Tom and the 10 years of failure and getting milked and all shit. He brings up regularly. I mean, not every fucking day, but he'll bring it up like once a week maybe. The Turkey Tom videos were back in November of last year. It is now March of 2024. And Phil has been referencing Turkey Tom far more than Turkey Tom has referenced DSP in that time. You know, it's just, it blows my mind how in the past Phil is stuck in and not able to let go of anything. And yeah, and Phil pretends he just ignores all the white noise. No, he clearly doesn't. He clearly does not ignore the white noise. It gets to him, it eats away at him, he pretends it doesn't fucking get bored, but it clearly does. thinnest skin. I love how fucking his audience are trying to fucking tell him he's got thick skin to not let his stuff bother him. This is the thinnest skin I've ever seen on any YouTuber I've seen ever.
Ring before and don't know what's going on with the story, and they're actually like hooked on it, while others love this playthrough. They've seen it before, it's one of their favorites, and it's cool to re-explore this playthrough so many years later with me. Of course, a lot of the commentary is very, very cringe, and I'm calling it out for what it is, you know, the bad commentary, and there's nothing you can do about that. I mean, 13-year-old commentary is very popular, 14-year-old commentary, actually. It was very popular when it was new. Today I watch it and I cringe, especially the over-the-top sexual jokes that I have to be making every moment, because back then, I literally had to fill every single moment of dead air with dialogue. Why? Because it wasn't a live stream, it wasn't an interactive audience where I had discussions, it was just me and a game. So I felt, hey, if this is moving slowly, or if this dialogue is kind of bland, I have to fill these gaps with blabbing. And it would be a lot of different kinds of jokes and blabbing, and a lot of it was sexualized stuff that was really stupid today to watch back, but it is what it is. You know, I call it out, and it's good to call it out for what it was, because I don't do that stuff anymore. So, it's going well, I would say. I had a good time with it last night. Check out the videos right now. Basically, there's one part live, and then another part will go live every day for the next 4 days. So it's pretty much the same for both DSP Reacts and DSP Throwback. One new video a day for the next 4 days to space it out. Now, if you're someone who likes that stuff and doesn't want to wait, if you become a member of either channel, you actually get to watch the archive streams. That's one of the benefits of being a member of either channel. Those streams go members only right away, so members can watch them back without having to wait all week to see the individual video. So maybe consider becoming a member and supporting those channels. Basically, that's the only way I get support on those channels. The ad revenue is negligible. I exaggerate. I wish I was exaggerating. On DSP Throwback, I make $1 a day on ad revenue. $1 a day. On the React channel, I don't even make that much, because on the React channel, everything is claimed. So there's nothing I can do about that. It's just the nature of when you're reacting to stuff. The originators of the content claim all your content. So please consider supporting those channels if you like that stuff. Okay?
$1 a day is not bad. In a year for a fucking side channel of his, he'll get 365 buckaroos in ad revenue alone. For a channel, it's not got a lot of effort into it, and only fucking streams once a week on. That's not terrible.
Cool. So that was yesterday. Now let's talk about the schedule for the rest of the week. And this is really a topic that we need to discuss, because some people right now are going to be like, well, I don't know if I like this, okay? And I'll agree with you in that regard. Some people are going to be upset, but let me tell you what we're doing, okay? So today, it is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on the daytime stream. We're in Junon, or Junon, however you say it. And this area is huge. Not only do you have the area right outside the city, but then there's this whole giant open world area, and then another city to the right that we're at right now called the Crow's Nest, right? That's what it's called? And so we're doing side content there, then there's side content over there. So we got all this stuff to do today. I'm going to try to go as far as I can, and maybe we can wrap up the open world region. I really hope we can. I hope we can wrap up the open world region by the end of today. By the way, thank you, Big Ocho. 5 gifted memberships. They went to Robbie, Well Swayed, Pizza.
Well, that's why he didn't want the fucking guy to get banned. Because he was going to be a prominent. It's like, hey, why did this person get banned? And like 5 minutes later, oh look, they gave me fucking memberships. I cannot help but wonder, did Phil get told before the time that this guy was going to do that? And so Phil's like, hey, get this guy back in here now. How dare somebody try and time out or ban my fucking future contributor to my streams?
Box Gaming, Pay the Man Jerry, and Iroquois Bliskin. Congratulations to the 5 of you, and thank you, Big Ocho, for the channel support this morning. Really appreciate that. That is awesome. Okay. So, let's see how Final Fantasy goes today. Like I already said, sadly, no night stream tonight. Gotta do personal stuff, patron stuff. But tomorrow, I will be back with a full double stream day. The first stream will be the podcast, followed by Baldur's Gate 3. Last time we wrapped up the Magic Tower, we fought Lurican, we looted the vaults, and got the books, and we did the plotline with Gale. So now, I think we're moving into the plotline with the Hag, or the people who are like survivors of the Hag are trying to hunt down the Hag. So we're gonna do that next, and then see where else it leads us, because there's a bunch more quests available in that region to do that we haven't even touched upon yet, so we're gonna work on that. Tomorrow night, the late night stream will be Like a Dragon Infinite Well. We will continue to push forward into Chapter 8, try to advance the story and get more of this content unlocked, while also doing all the content for Kiryu. I'm gonna be honest, I like Chapter 8, because you go back to Japan, and it's Kiryu and his own party now doing stuff, but I do feel like, sadly, some of the chapters in this game are paced poorly, and this is one of them. Why is it that some of the chapters are literally like one dungeon with some story cutscenes, and then the next chapter is like 20 hours of content all at once? That's not really balanced at all, right? I mean, Chapter 6 was the same. We hit Chapter 6, and it was like endless amount of content, and then Chapter 7 was like real fast. And then Chapter 8, giant amount of content again. And it's going to come to the point where I'm going to have to decide, do I want to do all the content in Chapter 8, or do I want to hold off to do more of it later? Because it really feels like you could do it all at once in one go if you want, or you could just kind of space it out and do it maybe later over the course of many chapters. I'm not sure, okay? So, oh yeah, Dark Gaming says the story goes nuts in Chapter 9, you'll be done with unlocking new content. So basically everything in Chapter 8 is the content, and then Chapter 9 gets into the story. Gotcha, see? That's what I mean. That pacing is weird. The way that they load all the content into like 2 chapters, and then there's just a story in other chapters. It's weird. Anyway, so that's tomorrow, and then Wednesday, and here's where some people are going to be upset. We're doing exactly the same thing. It's going to be more Baldur's Gate 3 and more Like a Dragon. And you might say, well, now wait a minute. Number one, what happened to Final Fantasy? Number 2, why are you playing so much of the same games, right? Number 3, why are you playing so much Like a Dragon when no one comes by and supports those streams? Because I've actually heard that one, okay? I got a comment like that today. Why are you playing so much Like a Dragon? No one comes by and contributes at all to your streams when you play that game, right? All right, I'm going to just get that one out of the way right now because I don't play games for money, all right?
I'm sorry, wait, what? Excuse the fuck out of me? I don't play games for money.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
He doesn't play games for fucking money.
Boss.
Oh, nah, my finger sucked.
Boss.
I'm sorry, I sucked again. Jesus Christ, man. I'm so sorry. Let me find something before we continue. Where was that? There you are. Get out here, Adam. There we fucking go. Continue your story, Phil, please. Remind us again what you don't do.
A gamer. I'm a lifelong gamer. I want to relay my passion for video games in my content first. Then, after the fact, if I can make a living doing it, that's the added bonus. Yes, this very much is my business, but not every single moment that I'm doing something am I worried about making a dollar doing it. You understand?
So, what about Sea of Stars then, okay? You stop playing that for no real random reason, right in the fucking middle of the goddamn thing. You just stopped playing Sea of Stars. You weren't planning on having Baldur's Gate 3 be as frequent as it is on the streams again when Final Fantasy came out, but then you saw how poorly supported Final Fantasy was, and you immediately went back in your word and made sure Baldur's Gate 3 was a regular once again. Well, you fucking stopped playing games for money all the goddamn fucking time. That's undeniable, and there's no shame in that. Pretending otherwise is just disingenuous, Phil. If Phil had just admitted up front, look, I've got to fucking make sure I'm doing what's best for my fucking business, I've got to fucking play games, which I know will get some support, you know, then I'd fucking have a little bit more respect for him to fucking saying, okay, if fucking recognises that his audience aren't supporting particular games, so he's got to fucking play the games that his audience are supporting. That makes perfect fucking business sense. But Phil to pretend that he's not doing this for fucking money, when clearly it's a massive driving force in what he fucking plays. Especially his fucking, you know, Baldur's Gate 3 twice in a fucking row again. So much of that fucking being put in the back burner. It's complete fucking ridiculous. He's trying to fucking try to kid on here. Who's he trying to fucking fool?
And, like, if that were the case, literally half the games I play, I would never finish. I would play them for a few streams, and once the hype dies down, I would just say, oh, well, sorry, go play it for yourself if you want to see the end, and I would just move on to another game. And I'm sure that there's content creators like that. How many content creators actually finished Starfield last year? I would bet probably half of them dropped it, right? But I toughed through it, and I still finished it, right? When I play games that I feel like I want to see what's coming in the game, or I'm excited for the game, or I like the game myself, I'm going to keep playing it. It doesn't matter if no one comes by and supports the stream. I'm just being honest. Like, I just like the game too much. I'm going to keep playing it. That's how I am. Now, listen, that might not be the best business decision. That might be bad business. But I'm not in this 100% to make money. And I feel like a lot of people don't get that. They think, wow, Phil makes poor business decisions, and this is why he is where he is. Well, so be it. At least I love what I do. I'm happy to come to my job every day. I have a great atmosphere with the audience that I get, right? Personal, chill atmosphere. This is fun, as opposed to the grind of always having to jump from popular game to popular game, so I keep printing dollar signs for my family and me, right? It's not what it's about. So, I hope that you guys understand that. That's why I'm still playing Like a Dragon. I love the game. We have an audience for it that comes by and chills whenever I play it. It doesn't make money. You're right. But I don't care about that. Okay? Now, hold on, because I got to blow my nose. It's bothering me.
Alright, Adam, get out of here. You've served your purpose. Jesus Christ. So, hold on, before Phil even comes back here, 2 seconds. I think he's going to waddle back into frame any fucking second. I'm not.
Okay.
Okay, there it is. Before Phil even continues his narrative, I just want to kind of point that out there. He would rather play what he wants compared to what the audience wants. And because he knows that's not very smart financially, from a business perspective, he would rather sacrifice the fans' enjoyment and their own money compared to him doing what's smart for business. Because the burden of fucking supporting him falls on his audience. At the end of the day here, Phil does not get a lot of money from ad revenue, and the fucking core amount of money he gets from his audience comes from memberships, tips, and super chats. So the live streams are massively crucial, and what he's putting his audience through on live streams is what makes up the core amount of his money on a daily basis every month. And he is actively choosing not to play the games that he thinks they would want, but he's playing the games that he wants to fucking play, even if he's aware it's not a very smart business decision. And so that in turn puts a fucking burden of fucking supporting him on his audience, because when the audience don't fucking support him, when the dollars aren't flowing because the audience don't fucking want to watch Tekken anymore, for example, or Like a Dragon, and you get to fucking hear the fucking 10th begment that fucking night, when Phil's reminding everyone, guys, it's been slow, it's been 35 minutes since we've not had a fucking tip or anything, you know. That's what happens, Phil. Your audience not giving you support sometimes is a direct result of you not playing the games that they would rather see.
Now, you might also say, well, wait, why are you playing so much of Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon right now? What happened to Final Fantasy 7? Well, let's be honest, okay? I need to focus a lot on certain games of which we are far into so that I can beat those games to focus on other games. I will never make solid progress in Final Fantasy 7 until we beat Baldur's Gate. It's that simple. I've had this game for a week and a half and I'm 17 hours in. Today will be 20 hours in, right? I'm never going to beat it. The game, everyone's saying the game's like 100 hours long. How will I ever beat it? You know, I need to finish Baldur's Gate so that we can then focus on this as the major RPG in my rotation, right? So that's the point is I have to push, okay? And I hope that you guys understand that. There's going to be a lot more Baldur's Gate in the next few weeks as I try to finish it, okay? So let's see how it goes, all right? So that's today and tomorrow and Wednesday. Thursday, I'm off from streaming. Friday is the release of the Star Wars Battlefront Classics Collection, okay? I am wondering how to cover this game. I would like your opinions. Because my first idea was, oh, I'll just do it as Friday night to make up for Friday Night Fights, which I'm not doing anymore. It could have been like Friday Night Force or Friday Night Firefights or something where we play this Battlefront collection. But I was realizing it's a new game. And it's a new game. People might want to actually see it more than just a night stream. So I said, oh, maybe I'll put it on the day stream. But then what will we do for the night stream? Final Fantasy 7? Will people even show up for a night stream of Final Fantasy 7? I don't know. So then I was like, well, wait a minute. Why don't I play it all day on Friday, right? For variety. Let's do a whole day of Battlefront and then maybe not play it again until later in the week. So I don't know what to do. I really don't. I don't know if I should just play it as a night stream, if I should play it as the day stream, if I should play it all day. I'm kind of conflicted on this, okay? Because if we don't do it as the day stream, then it's going to be Final Fantasy 7 as the day stream on Friday, okay? So what do you guys think, honestly? And no, there's no more Friday Night Fights, as I said right now. Fighting games for me are on hiatus for good reason. I don't want to play fighting games right now. I'm completely burned out. I played 7 months of Street Fighter 6 and a month and a half of Tekken 8, and I'm completely tapped out of it. I don't want to play any more fighting games right now. I want to do a variety of stuff. If I'm going to do a multiplayer, I want it to be Battlefront for now.
Burger.
Okay? So, so what do you think? See, immediately I get conflicting feedback. Final Fantasy 7 during the day, Star Wars at night. 2 messages down. I'd rather see Battlefront all day rather than Final Fantasy 7. Thumbs up. It's like, well, I don't know. What do I do here?
So how about you do a poll, Phil, and see what your audience thinks overall? If you're trying to ascertain the opinion of your stream chat, a poll would usually work quite well.
I need feedback because we got to figure this out. On Friday, I'm playing the Battlefront collection. The question is, how am I covering it? And by the way, it will be all multiplayer. I'm not really interested in playing the single-player campaigns of the Battlefront collection. I know it has single-player story mode, but for me, where those games shined was the multiplayer, okay? So I need feedback. Amplatory says, daytime Battlefront makes the most sense. Then Preem Sardine says, no, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, please. See what I mean? It's so confusing right now. Some people claim they want Final Fantasy 7, but then when I play it, we don't get a lot of viewers or support, which is weird. Now, a lot of people are clamoring for a new game. Please play Battlefront. Will people be here on Friday for Battlefront? Sarah says, play Battlefront as the first stream. If support is good, keep playing it. If not, switch to Final Fantasy 7. As much as I like that idea, Sarah, I don't like not having streams guaranteed, because here's what will happen. You'll have people who will be like, oh, Final Fantasy 7 at night, and then Battlefront goes well, and I say, I'm not playing it, and they're like, oh, then they're disappointed because they thought I was doing it, and they're like, well, now what are we supposed to do? We're not interested in Battlefront. You see? I like having set times and streams so people know ahead of time what's going on, and they'll be able to attend, right? Some people are saying to poll it. All right, maybe we will. Maybe the option will be Battlefront day, Final Fantasy night, Final Fantasy day, Battlefront night, or Battlefront all day. 3 options and see how people vote, right? Dapian says, I'd say play Star Wars all day, get your value out of the initial audience. Good point. The hype will be maximized for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, basically, right? And then probably within a week or two, it'll die out. What I was going to do is play Battlefront Collection as a multiplayer game every once in a while, squeeze it into the schedule for variety. Jasper. Hello, Jasper. He's here today, by the way. He just hasn't been in here for some reason. What's going on, Jasper? Come on up. There he is. People like to see you, buddy. If you don't come by, people are upset. People like to see you.
Shut up, bitch!
Here he comes. Here he comes. How are you, buddy? What's going on? He's been watching a lot of birds. We got a lot of birds outside. There's a ginormous raven out back today. Huge. Like seriously large. Like maybe more than half the size of his body. I couldn't believe how big it was. We probably have a bunch of migratory birds coming through because now it's starting to warm up because it's going to be spring soon. That's probably what it is. And he loves watching the birds out back eating. We put a bowl of peanuts out and we have this suet cage that we hang on our fence. And every once in a while we put a suet block in there. And it just attracts so many birds and he loves that. Here we go. fuck you and your
Alright,
friends. So anyway, guys, I would definitely like your feedback on what to do for Friday. Essentially, Saturday will be more Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon. Sunday will be React Day.
Well, there's Phil. He said essentially there. You know, so wherever he said it earlier on, I was just fucking going crazy. Phil just said it there, so it would have got ticked off anyway.
And then we'll just play it by ear for the rest of the week to see what we want to do in what order. If Battlefront goes well, I'll play more Battlefront. If Battlefront doesn't do so good, then we'll do more like Final Fantasy, more Baldur's Gate. We'll see. But there is going to be a focus on more Baldur's Gate and more Like a Dragon to get these games done. Okay? Cool. Oh, Jasper, you're so silly. He loves
Fuck you, Phil.
head. He loves getting pet back here. Loves it. Sit here on my lap all day doing this. Good. There you go. Does the filter mean you don't hear Jasper anymore? You didn't hear Jasper to begin with. He never meows in here. He literally never meows, right? So that's what I mean. Like, it's not gonna be a big deal there. It'd be one thing if you could hear him all the time, but he never talks when he's in here. It's such a rarity. And I mean, in the whole what? How many years he's been on my streams? You've heard him meow twice. Okay. Cool. All right. So anyway, guys, that's the schedule. And FYI, 1 week from Friday will be the release of Rise of the Ronin. What do you think about that, Jasper? Are you gonna watch Rise of the Ronin?
Nope.
What do you think? Say something to the mic. Say meow meow. Don't say meow meow. He's purring.
Nope.
Okay, I can't ignore that. I cannot ignore that in good consciousness. Hold on.
1 week from Friday will be the release of Rise of the Ronin.
Just this fucking expression this cat has. Just try to think. There's a shot right there. Although he's staring at. It's so annoying. It looks like Phil's not staring at himself, but he's staring at himself in the monitor to see what it looks like. I wonder if I can get a shot where his collar is clearly visible. You know what's on it. You can kind of make out his name there, Jasper. And isn't that like fucking Phil's phone number or something at the bottom? In case he gets lost or something. But yeah, those are the corn demons. Yeah, Phil's down into corn demons again. That Vega talked about the other night. Hold on. Let me just get a wee screenshot of this. And there we go. We go here. We go there. We go fucking everywhere. We go here. And that is our end product. It turned out quite nice, I think. You know, let me just eat that for my members in the members Discord. And Shazam. There we go. My members can enjoy that to their heart's content and do some bizarre things to their, whatever they want with it.
What do you think about that, Jasper? Are you gonna watch Rise of the Ronin? Are you gonna play
Nope.
it? What do you think? Say something to the mic. Say meow meow. Don't say meow meow. He's purring though. Purring. Yeah, so Rise of the Ronin, I believe, comes out 1 week from Friday. And then I don't know about Alone in the Dark. I'm on the fence about it. I want more information about it. We're still waiting, and they're still not announcing anything about it. It's like, are you ever going to talk about this game? So I'm definitely interested in it. So, but we'll see what happens, okay? All right, so that's what's going on right now. That's what I have ideas for the schedule. I really need feedback about how to cover Battlefront on Friday. Please let me know. It's time for news, and today's news is heavily focused on one game because it's the only news I have. Multiverses. Multiverses has returned after being gone for about a year. If you remember the way that Multiverses worked, 2 summers ago, it released as a free-to-play early access beta, and you could sink money into it if you wanted, but really, you didn't have to. It was just a game that was basically a platformer fighter, similar to Smash Brothers, and it featured characters that were basically all licensed by Warner Brothers. So, Looney Tunes characters, Scooby-Doo, Adventure Time, right? The Iron Giant.
Did he just call them Warner's Brothers? I thought it was just Warner Brothers. Who are Warner's Brothers? I want to hear that again.
And you could sink money into it if you wanted.
Which Phil did, by the way.
But really, you didn't have to. It was just a game that was basically a platformer fighter, similar to Smash Brothers. And it featured characters that were basically all licensed by Warner Brothers. So,
by Warner's Brothers, are they an offshoot or like a fucking Etsy.com version of Warner Brothers?
Looney Tunes characters, Scooby-Doo, Adventure Time, right? The Iron Giant, Warner Brothers superheroes, for example, DC Comics, you know, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, that kind of stuff. And more and more, you know, there's tons of these characters. It was good. I played it and I really liked it. I sunk a good amount of time into it. I actually got pretty good at it, right? I was playing at a pretty decent level and I was getting lots of wins, and it was a really fun game to play. And in fact, you know, more characters kept releasing. If you remember, Gizmo and Spike and these other expansion characters were being added over and over. I was like, wow, this game's really, really good. Eventually, what ended up happening was you guys didn't like it as much. I wanted to keep playing it. But basically, the feedback I got from you was, you know, we've been there, done that. We've seen it. You know, it was cool for the first few weeks.
Oh, wait, Phil, I thought you played games that you wanted to fucking play, and you didn't fucking pay attention to what was best for business or not. What happened to that fucking speech you fucking gave to your audience 20 minutes ago? Or not even fucking 20 minutes ago, of you fucking saying you're going to fucking play games you want to fucking play, and not care about how much fucking money it makes. So here's a game that you were enjoying, but because the audience didn't enjoy it, you stopped playing it. So you do fucking listen to what they fucking want, and basically fucking listen to what, you pay attention to the money they're giving you per game.
But after a couple of months of it, it was more of the same over and over, and people were disappointed and were like, don't play it anymore. So that's actually why I stopped playing it. It wasn't because I got bored of it, it's because you guys did. So then, what ended up happening was it continued, and they kept updating it, they kept adding characters, but the interest kind of waned after a while.
Oh, they kept updating it. Update.
Burger.
There we go. The bingo card's going quite well. I think it's a very strong card. Remember, we have a one free space already, because Phil went and had a very special extra hard beg at the very start to try and, get people to support more today because he's not streaming twice. So we have one free space already, for those that didn't know. We're 2 snorts away from a free space, we're 4 burps away from a free space as well. And remember, 100 likes equals a free space as well.
Well, admittedly, it wasn't really being talked about as much anymore. And then all of a sudden, the game turned off, which was pretty unprecedented. I think a lot of people were under the impression that the game was going to continue to be, going until it actually had a full release. Well, no. It was last year. They just decided on a certain day, we're just turning it off. Come back later for, more info for when we're actually going to release it when it's ready. Everyone was like, whoa, now, how's that going to affect the community? Because actually, Multiversus had a good community. 2 Evos ago, it was one of the highest viewed games, and had a ginormous prize pool to promote it, of course. And the game had a great community for a while. And then to have them just turn the game off like that is unprecedented. Usually when you have an early access fighting game or something, they'll just let it roll till it comes out. So people are like, what's going to happen? We don't know. And the game's essentially been completely radio silent for about a year. So people just kind of forgot about it. They moved on. They're playing other games. I mean, let's be honest. Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, not Mortal Kombat 1. No one cares about that. But Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, those games are getting ginormous amounts of attention and support, but not, no one's talking about Multiversus anymore, And all of a sudden, a few days ago, Multiversus started posting on their Twitter again for the first time in about a year. And everyone was like, oh,
Twitter. He mentioned Twitter.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
The first bingo of the game.
Sudden, a few days ago, Multiversus started posting on their Twitter again for the first time in about a year. And everyone was like, oh, really? Is Multiversus coming back? I wonder what's going to happen. Yes. So today, a big video was released by the designer Tony. He came out and he says, listen, huge update. Finally, we're ready to reveal the real game to all of you. Here's the deal. Number 1, new graphical engine. They upgraded to Unreal 5, so the game is going to look better than it did when it was in the early access a couple years ago. That's number 1. Number 2, gameplay tweaks. They basically made it so the game will play smoother. Cool. Number 3, new characters. And the one that they've teased out is Marvin the Martian from Looney Tunes is going to be in it at launch. Okay. Number 4, player versus enemy gameplay, PvE. So unlike the release before, which was pretty much all multiplayer, there are going to be modes that are going to be PvE now, so you'll have stuff to do offline as well as online. That's cool. And the biggest announcement that I was not expecting, it's coming out May, is it 28th? So it's at the very end of May, and it's still free. And everyone's like, huh? Still? Because the whole idea was they were probably taking it offline to add a bunch of content, and then when it came back, they were going to charge for it. But apparently, it's still free. Now, how is that going to work? What's their monetization model here, right? There's never been a true free-to-play fighting game. They've all had ways to make money, so how is this going to work? I mean, let's be honest.
Well, the beta also had ways to fucking make money. People could fucking buy advanced, access to characters. There's probably going to be skins or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of thinking things like TF2 and Fortnite. Those games are free and yet fucking still make a bunch of fucking money.
Honest, the licensing alone is probably expensive for this game. They need to make money. So what is it? Is it going to be rife with microtransactions? Is it going to be, oh, it's free at launch, but then if you want any of the expansion characters, you have to buy them with money. You can't even earn them in a game. You have to buy them, right? That could be. The way I could see it is they could basically have a ton of really neat, like, microtransaction content that's optional. Like, for example, imagine if there's like 20, 30 outfits for each character, or complete color swapping for the characters, but you have to buy it with real money. That could make the game a lot of money. It could. And you know what? As long as it's not a pay-to-win model, then I'd be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's not pay to win. I don't want, pay money and now your character has buffs, or you have a different version of the character no one else can play with. I want it to be, hey, pay money and then get like cool customizables or something. I'm okay with that. All right. Just as long as it's not necessary. If you just play the base game and still earn the same stuff or whatever. That's another thing too, because the Street Fighter V was literally the biggest scam, and here's why. When Street Fighter V released many years ago, they advertised it as, the first fighting game ever where you won't have to pay for expansion characters. All you gotta do is play the game, and you'll earn the in-game currency, and you can unlock the expansion characters for free. The whole thing was a lie. If you play the game non-stop and never stop playing, you couldn't earn enough currency to buy the characters. The characters are so expensive, and the rate of earning the currency was so low that there was no way to actually do it. Realistically, you had to pay for the characters at some point to really unlock them. So I hope that that's not the case, that it's free, but hey, if you want any content down the road, realistically, you're gonna have to pay money because there's really no way to earn anything in-game.
Soquid's asking, does Phil saying, you know what I'm saying, count? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that's the same thing. That's the same thing. I'll count that.
Burger.
There we go.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Basically the same thing.
There you go. Zen Shuriken says he will only play the Mindy Calling skin for Velma. There you go. Actually, Velma was one of my better characters. Remember that? I actually was pretty good with Velma in the game. But anyway, I love the game. When it comes out in May, I want to try it again. Now, I get the feeling here's what's going to happen. First couple weeks of playing will probably be neat. It'll be fun to jump back in, play with characters I've already used, to try new characters. But what's going to end up happening is you guys are going to be probably bored of it again. And I can't make you like platform fighters. You know what I mean? I can't just make you like a Smash Brothers game because everyone says, oh, it's a Smash Brothers clone. I was like, well, it's not. Really what it is, it's a more basic version of Smash. It's not as complex, but it focuses more in on the core gameplay mechanics rather than the complexities of Smash, which has a million things all thrown in at once. It's a more simplified version, but it's very fun. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with this game. We'll have to see. All right, when it comes out, I'm excited for it. I hope that you will check it out and watch me play it, but I guess we'll have to see. Okay? Good. So there you go. And thanks for listening to my little spiel here about it. But I guess we'll be talking about it more and more as we get closer to the end of May. I'm interested in checking it out. Okay? All right, cool. That's the news for today. What is this? On the wrong thing. What the hell is that? Okay. So that's really it. There's really no other news or anything going on today. Like, that's currently what's happening. And I hope that all sounds good to you guys. I guess what we will do, let's get to shout-outs and do some shout-outs and then see what you guys want to talk about for the rest of the show before we get to Final Fantasy today. Right? Cool. So hold on a second. I misclicked. So did I shout out all these gifted memberships? No, I didn't. I want 672 gifted membership to Fed Roger. So thank you to Lucky Gremlin for 10 gifted memberships. Thank you to 672 for the 1 gifted membership. And thank you to Big Ocho for the 5 gifted memberships. Those are very nice. That will help. You know.
Oh, Phil said help. Finally. Well, that was long overdue.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
This is going quite well so far, in my opinion. I mean, technically... So remember, we have a free space already because Phil begged hard. So 2 more snorts, free space, 4 more burps, free space, 100 likes, free space. We might get a full house here very quickly today if things go our way.
And, you know, building this channel back up with real memberships is going to be a daunting task after what we went through in the last 2 months. But thank you so very much for that. I really appreciate that. And I hope that the people who were gifted those memberships will enjoy it, okay? So, by the way, Evil LJSRK says, off topic, I'm sad you're going to stop playing Tekken 8, but I understand the decision. You're nowhere near your peak. I think you focused on learning instead of grinding, it'd be more enjoyable. Well, that's the point. Sadly, I don't have time. I'm someone who 6 days a week, for the majority of the day, is here in this office broadcasting. And I'm broadcasting a variety of stuff. If I was an FGC streamer and I was just focused on, you know, Tekken, you're absolutely right, but I'm not. That's what a lot of these, I hate to say it, morons on the internet don't get, especially those who criticize me and they're like, oh, you see, Phil has a scrub mentality. He says that there's a lot of button mashing or whatever, because there is. Because the difference between what I see and what an FGC player sees is within a certain amount of time, you can only learn so much, correct? Let's be honest, if I'm gonna get better at Tekken 8, I would have to grind a lot. Not only playing online, but I call it, when I say grind, what I feel it's time investment in order to finally get a payout. When you grind in an RPG, you're doing a lot of repetitive combat, leveling, but then it's going to pay out later, correct? So when I say grind, I don't mean, oh, just online play. I mean, I'm learning, like you're suggesting. Going online, studying, going into training mode, studying, all that studying. That's what I don't have time for, okay? Because I'm a variety dude. I'm a variety streamer. I'm not an FGC streamer that's just sitting here playing fighting games all day. I don't even have an audience for it. Like, if I did those things on stream, people would absolutely hate it. They'd be like, what is this boring stuff? Go right back online and play more people and lose a million times. That's their mentality, you know? So, sadly, that's the situation where, like, people say, oh, Phil's a scrub or whatever. No. What it is I'm not an FGC person anymore.
Well, here's the simple truth of the matter, and here's my factual observation, so you're not allowed to hate it. You're not as good as you think you are. And because of that, your ego took a big massive hit. Especially when you fucking got relegated back to fucking red rank from purple and Tekken. You fucking finally made it to fucking purple, you're so fucking proud of yourself, and then the very next session you got your arse handed to you time and time again and got bitch slapped back to the fucking red rank because you were not good enough to hang on that level. And you can fucking argue all you want about fucking not playing the game as much to try and get better and all that shit. That's all on you. If you have poor time management to play that game at a good level, then that's all on you. That's not the audience's fault, that's not Capcom's fault. No Capcom, fucking Tekken. Who made Tekken? Whoever fucking... You get what I'm saying though. The onus is on Phil to get better, and if he's not going to be willing to put the time into getting better, then he gets what he fucking deserves from that game.
I used to be in that mentality. I totally get what people say when they're like, oh, the only way you're gonna get better at Tekken is to go and do the replays and study those replays, and you gotta go watch a bunch of these other you know, things and everything. It's like, I can't do that. I just don't have the means and the time. I'm someone who's maintaining a life and a business. I'm not just an FGC head like they are. So I just find that funny that people will do things like criticize me and make videos and laugh at how bad it is what he says in the video. You're not understanding. I'm not you. I'm not in the FGC. This isn't my focus. This isn't even my hobby. This is one part of a many faceted thing that's my business, and I have to weigh and balance what's worth investing time into. For Tekken, I reached the limit. You know what I mean? It is unfortunate because I love Tekken 8. I know it's a great game, and I know that if I invested enough time into character knowledge, I would be beating all the things that are spammably abusable online. That's why purple is not the highest rank. There's blue and yellow past that for people who have the knowledge and have surpassed that level because they can stop the spam. But I don't have time for that. That's why I stopped playing it. So I appreciate you saying that. I agree with you.
If you're not good enough to stop spam, then you've hit your limit, Phil. Basically, you're not good enough. That's all you have to say. That's it. You are not good enough. That's it. But your ego can't admit that. So instead of you saying you're not good enough, it's more about, oh, I don't have the time to fucking be in like the fucking highest rank. If I had the time, I'd be in the top rank with the FGC guys, no problem. But I don't have time to fucking do that because I'm a variety content streamer. Well, that's just your fucking pride talking. You put more time than you should have into Tekken, and you still clearly aren't fucking good enough. It's as simple as that.
I definitely know that if I were to focus on Tekken more and put more time into it, I could get better. I agree with you. But I just don't see the payoff. Again, if I were an FGC player, an FGC head who was into it, and I was going to eventually grind more content out, right? Oh, here's higher level content for everyone, and people like it, and I go to tournaments and I perform. None of that's going to happen. My audience isn't for it. I'm not going to go to tournaments. I don't care.
If you're not fucking good enough, you delusional fucking halfwit.
It's like, at what point do you finally cut off the investments? Like, right now, this is it. Like, there's no point in continuing with Tekken because I'm never going to get better without too much of a sacrifice of my time from other things, and it's not worth it. There won't be a rewarding, you know, pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You know what I mean? It's just not. I know it. People are already bored of Tekken. The streams are getting way less people, less support. I mean, Friday Night Fights had one tip from Jack Traxxer. That's literally it. No one else cared about it. So why am I still playing this game for, right?
But Phil, you said you don't play games for money. You said you don't operate your fucking business like that. On this very podcast, you told your audience that is not what dictates what fucking games you play on your streams. Phil, make it make sense. Stick to a story. Stick to a narrative. Either the money is super important when it comes to what games are played, or it's not. Are you playing games for fun, or are you playing games for money? Now, obviously, in an ideal world, Phil would say both. Let's be honest here, though. Phil has to prioritise money over fucking fun. If it was up to Phil, he would be playing Super Turbo 2 right now, because that's his favourite ever game. It's the one game he's actually been pretty good at.
Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, on the tip side of stuff, we start today with a $10 tip. Oh, the
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No! FGC, here's the thing. The FGC likes to have people they laugh at, right? Toxic. LTG is definitely the big one, but I'm like number 2 or number 3, all right? So what they do is they take all my content and they take it out of context, and then they say, oh, see, this is what Phil is. So they'll take, like, my Friday Night Fight stream of Tekken 8, and they'll ignore the fact that I'm playing the game at a pretty good level, that I've got pretty good reads on these characters, that I've got pretty good fundamentals and stuff, and instead they'll just focus on the fact that I fight someone and they literally spam the same move the whole round, and I freak out about it and I lose my cool. And, oh, you see, that's the scrub mentality, that you just can't beat the one move and blah, blah, blah. Like, what are you talking about? No, it's not that. It's not that I'm saying that the game is bad. What I'm saying is the game
You're bad.
Is expecting you to study it so much that this is now your thing. I don't have time for that. You know, with fighting games, what it used to be was you had to have a level of execution and skill so that if you were going to get wins, you would have to actually be good. Now, you don't have to be good to even get wins in a fighting game because everything's such low execution that you could just mash the fucking same 2-3 moves. You don't have to think. I'm either going to do this move or this move. I'll just alternate the two. And you get
So back in the day, games were far more simplistic, and Phil wasn't that hard for Phil to understand them because his brain isn't that advanced. These days, there's far more things you can do in these video games. There's far more kind of combos you can do. There's far more moves. There's different ways you can fucking try and trick your opponents and everything else. He cannot handle the modern day complexities of fighting games, and so he says, I don't have the time to try and learn all this shit. He doesn't have the skill to learn all. Never mind the fucking time. He does not have the mental ability to take in the fucking fine nuances of fucking what is required to try and get around these certain fucking things in these games. And it's just, he lacks the ability. You can fucking try and bitch and whine and moan about, you know, it's a time issue, and it's a skill issue, Phil. There's no shame in that. Look, you done well. You made it to purple for like a day or so. That's not bad. Like 45% of the fucking player base get to purple, you know? You kind of hit the slightly above average kind of level of Tekken 8. You know, that's I'm proud of you, champ. And now you're letting it go because you can't get back there. You know, red's not a bad level to be at, you know. It's a good colour. It's a very nice, vibrant colour. You've got it as your background colour today, you know. You clearly like red.
It wins online. And then what someone has to do is study the game to say, how do I beat those 2 abusable moves online? And then when they study, they can, okay, here's the situation. And by the way, there's no universal. It's not like do the one thing. Every character, it's a different answer. With Paul, you got to do this. With Yoshimitsu, you got to do this. With Nina, you got to do this. So it's like, what the hell is this? It's like, I have to have an encyclopedic knowledge of Tekken to get past a certain level that's not even considered a good level. And that, for me, is too much of an investment of time. Now, do you think that they put what I just said, which I've already said, into their videos about me making fun of me? No. They won't analyze it at a high level because that makes their narrative bad. The narrative is Phil's a buffoon. Let's make fun of him and laugh at him. He's a joke in the FGC. The joke's on them because I'm not part of the FGC. I've said it 5,000 times. I'm not part of their community. So when they bring it up and they analyze it from their perspective, it doesn't make sense. I'm not.
But why does it make sense for you to study the fucking top fucking fighting players and their moves, thinking you can fucking pick up what they're doing? Like, why is it not making sense for them to study what you're doing and give their expert opinions on what you're doing? Also, this face is quite fucking something. Hold on. I feel like I should screenshot this face, you know, because this face right here, the copium face, the Karen face, I don't know what to call this, but Jesus, man, this is a very angry face I have paused right here. So let me just get that here. Give me a second here. Here we go, and the angry man face. Oh, come on, hurry up and do something. There we go. Success. Now just yeet that towards my oh my god. Well, there's been a couple of hold on a second. Tacozilla. Hold on, I need to share this with you guys. Tacozilla made that. Jesus Christ. A head swap between Jasper and good Phil, god damn. And by the way, Bald Phil approves of this head swap. This was Ash fucking added onto it. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's this is why I fucking put these things in the members Discord, so people can just absolutely bastardize these pictures. So yeah, so this is Ash is taking it by using Phil calling, you know, approving of this swap. Oh my god, so you went from that to that, I gotta say. Well, big up to Ash and Tacozilla for that. And of course, some more people are finding the Discord as well. You know, if members have access to my Discord, I think you've got to link your YouTube ID or whatever to Discord, and that way it all should be available. As I said, I mainly just do a bunch of daft stuff there, like throwing like the thumbnail faces or whatever. I do try and organise some things in there as well, and you know, I'm still trying to organise a members Quiplash thing. Hopefully we'll get it done soon. It's a work in progress, but hopefully we'll get there soon. Let me rewind this so we don't miss the full context of Phil's salty rant towards the FGC. I want to rewind it a little bit just so we can get the full context of it. But Phil, there's absolutely no reason why the FGC should not be allowed to fucking review and analyse your fighting game content. You put it out there on the internet for people to watch and consume, and if the experts in the FGC, the fucking ones that know how to fucking play the game, have their own takes to give on the fighting game content you have, then isn't that a valid opinion on what they're seeing and using their own expertise to say what you're doing potentially wrong, the things you might be doing right, and so on and so on? You're just not fucking happy because you are not that fucking good at the game, and when people fucking call you out on that, especially fucking people that know what they're talking about, like the fucking FGC folk, you have a little meltdown.
It's a different answer. With Paul, you got to do this. With Yoshimitsu, you got to do this. With Nina, you got to do this. So it's like, what the hell is this? It's like, I have to have an encyclopedic knowledge of Tekken to get past a certain level that's not even considered a good level. And that, for me, is too much of an investment of time. Now, do you think that they put what I just said, which I've already said, into their videos about me making fun of me? No. They won't analyze it at a high level because that makes their narrative bad. The narrative is Phil's a buffoon. Let's make fun of him and laugh at him. He's a joke in the FGC. The joke's on them because I'm not part of the FGC. I've said it 5,000 times. I'm not part of their community. So when they bring it up and they analyze it from their perspective, it doesn't make sense. I'm not an FGC player. I haven't been in over a decade. I took myself out of that community because I didn't want to put up with their bullshit, you know? Anyway, looking tan? No, it's the lighting. It's the different backgrounds. Like if I change my background right now, makes me look different. Not I look tan anymore. Now I look pale, right? It all depends on the background lighting. See that? Makes me look completely different. It's just my skin tone compared to the background light makes me look different. So today I'm using orange, but I actually look tan compared to the backlighting. There you go. Okay. So I received a $10 tip. I forgot to read it. Let me do this now. From Sven Gunner. Thank you, Sven Gunner, for the first tip of the day. $10. And Sven says, a little support for the channel. I've been at homesick with the flu, so I'm watching your Heavy Rain throwback videos all afternoon today. Very entertaining. Thank you. I'm glad you're finding them entertaining. I love doing that project. I think that the retro React stuff is probably one of the better ideas I've had in years. People are really enjoying it. And I can't wait to do other games, too. I know Heavy Rain's the popular one right now, but honestly, I can't wait to jump into other games, too, and re-experience those with everybody. I think it's going to be really fun.
There it is. One of the better ideas I've had. It was never Phil's idea. Other people tell him to fucking do this shit, and if it ever fucking goes well and takes off, and all of a sudden it's not their idea anymore, it was a Phil idea. And Phil's like, I'm so glad I fucking did this. I'm so fucking glad I'm so smart. Phil was told to do this as a possibility. Because he's always asking his fucking audience, what can I fucking do for this channel, for that channel, whatever. And someone gave him the idea, fucking just react to your fucking old ass gameplay. And Phil's, and yeah, this is it. And with Phil, here we go. Because it's done well a couple of times, it was Phil's idea, and he's glad he had the idea to fucking do it.
Moving forward. So thank you very much for that. The first tip of the day. And I'll see if I can get anything to refresh here.
Oh, the only tip of the day.
Yeah, oh my nose. Ah.
That's his only tip so far.
Okay, as of now, nothing else to shout out yet. Okay, but I will do any shout outs for any other contributions this morning. In the meantime, let's do some Q&A. I really don't feel like doing a suggestion box today. I don't think we have enough time. So
Then what's the fucking point of having it? By the time you get around to the suggestion box, most of the fucking suggestions are going to be so outdated because of the fucking months since you fucking get around to it again.
Excuse me, if you guys have any questions for me, please tag me in the chat. Let's do a little bit of Q&A, okay? No, FGC is not everyone that plays fighting games. That's absolutely ridiculous. The FGC or fighting game community is a community based around more invested enjoyment in fighting games. It definitely includes everyone who plays them at any kind of a competitive level, but there is a casualized grouping as well that's actually grown in the last 10 years. I'd say since Street Fighter 4 and then Street Fighter 5 and 6, you've had this more casualized grouping of people who don't really care about being high tournament level players, but they still very much enjoy fighting games and are part of that community as well. I'm not part of that community. I want you to understand that. I'm not. Nor do I want to be. I don't want to be judged against other fighting game players and their content. I don't make content for the FGC at all. Like, literally, I wouldn't argue that any of the content I put out of Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8 is for the FGC. It's more for me and my audience as outsiders, but still trying to look in at what fighting games have become. It's a lot different perspective for sure. Okay?
Are you fucking telling the FGC they're banned from watching your fighting game content? Phil, why? Why are they not want to fucking watch your fighting game content? I thought you fucking made content for everyone. I thought that was the whole point of YouTube. So we could share your content with the world for all to enjoy.
What's my McDonald's breakfast order? I like a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, says Tub Tubs. I don't know. I haven't had McDonald's breakfast in years. I wouldn't even know what I would order. I don't like their biscuits. Their biscuits are dry. I don't like their biscuits at all. I used to love their bagel sandwiches. When I started on YouTube, many years ago, and it was a regular thing that in the morning I would get up and drive to GameStop to get my new games in the morning, because they didn't even do midnight releases. You had to be there in the morning on release day to get them around 10 a.m. I would go to McDonald's first because it was a McDonald's in the same parking lot as the GameStop, and I would always get one of their breakfast bagel sandwiches. And basically, I would get like bacon, egg, and cheese. Sometimes I would even get the steak, egg, and cheese, which is incredibly bad for you. It was always insanely dripping with grease. But that was what I would always get. You know, when I went to McDonald's in the morning. But that's the last time I regularly got McDonald's for breakfast. I don't even know what they have today, so I couldn't even tell you what I would order if I were to go there. Would I consider leaving a stream on with music and slideshows so my community can chat tonight? No, because here's sadly the problem about that is because of the trolling that I get, what would happen is immediately trolls would take advantage of that. They would know, hey, Phil's not going to be there, and likely no mods either. So they would just come and they would take over the chat and be stupid. So I can't do that. You know, every time that I turn on my stream, we have to be monitoring the chat for trolls coming in there, saying racist things, sexist things, insulting me and my family members, doxing myself and other viewers and family members, all this kind of shit. So you can't just turn it on. Sadly, they'll come in here and take advantage. It sucks because I know it's an idea. Some other streamers do that, but a lot of streamers do. They'll turn on, if they can't be there live, they'll turn on a stream and do a rerun. They'll actually just replay their old stuff and people can interact and talk in the chat live with it. But I can't do that because I would need to like have full-time mods there to take care of it for me, which I can't do. Okay? Okay. Does all that really happen? Well, let's see. Before we had subscriber-only mode here on YouTube chat, literally the chat was a non-stop bot spam. Bots that would come in and just paste fucked up things in the chat. and it would be non-stop, and the mods would go crazy trying to take care of it, and it would just come back the next 5 minutes, come back the next 5 minutes. I mean, hell, last night on my throwback stream, the same person had, I'm not exaggerating, probably about 40 accounts that they kept coming back and doing doxing and shit in the chat, and luckily I have enough filters and stuff in place that it stopped it, and then I was just manually banning this person over and over. Here I am, trying to actually do a stream, and I gotta deal with that shit, you know? And that was on the stream with the moderation and everything going on. Can you imagine if there was no one looking at the chat? That's the problem. I can't just let stuff auto. The only way I'd be able to do a stream like that is to have the chat off. Now, what's the point of streaming if there's no chat? Right? Exactly. Okay. I received a $25 tip. 1 Minute Man is following up on yesterday's dialogue about...
Before we get to 1 Minute Man's fucking diatribe of fucking bullshittery, Wobbly's telling me that Phil said fucked up. Does that count as fuck? Yeah, it does. Fuck, fucking, fucked, whatever. It all counts. I didn't realise Phil said fucked up. I messed up. I completely messed up. My bad. So yeah, if Phil said fucked up, that definitely counts for fuck.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
It was a good catch. Thank you very much for that. And yeah, I'm trying to think. We are 1 snort away from a free space. We are 2 burps away from a free space. We already have 1 free space as it is because Phil done his extra hard beg at the start to make up for having no night stream tonight. So he's hoping for far more support than usual today, especially on the podcast, because he's playing Final Fantasy and fucking people don't watch that apparently. And so yeah, he was yeah, he started off super fucking beg happy mode, and yeah. Bjorn's saying how's that a free space because I decided that so before because I was late today I thought well Phil's only streaming once today so just for the fucking why not just for fun just for shits and giggles if Phil begs extra fucking hard today you know and says hey I'm only streaming once so please be more supportive we'll have a free space within the first 30 seconds Phil did it the first 30 seconds of the stream beginning. When I clicked play, Phil was like, look, by the way, guys, I'm not here tonight. So, I mean, as I said, sometimes I like to throw in extra free spaces for myself, you know, or extra ways for us to get free spaces, just an off chance it happens, and just be, you know, yeah, we want to win. We want to get fucking more full houses so we can build up this bingo prize fund. So, yeah, we're technically only 3 away as things stand. But we're a snort away from being 2 away, 2 burps away from being 1 away, and then we're 100 likes as well. Basically, if I hit 100 likes, 2 burps and 1 snort, we win.
Well, Baldur's Gate 3's non-aggressive dialogue options. Let's see what he has to say, but let's get the tip up on the leaderboard first.
Fucking 1 Minute Man, prepare for boredom. Brace
and by the way,
yourselves.
I would like to say thanks to everyone who comes by and hangs out on the podcast every day. Like, no lie, right now we have over 400 viewers for the podcast, which I think is a great audience for the podcast every day. I really enjoy having this many of you here. That will dip when I start the game. It literally will. We will lose hundreds of viewers when I start the game.
Currently, Phil has 290 viewers. He's definitely in the game right now because we are an hour behind Phil right now. We are an hour and 4 minutes behind Phil. He's definitely playing the game right now. So he's lost about 100. Over 100 anyway, but it's not hundreds so. It's not like if I'm 200 missed or whatever. No. He loses like 100 to 150 people after the podcast.
What I keep telling people, I really feel like the future for me is more of this kind of content. Me talking, interacting, answering questions, sharing opinions on various topics, as opposed to me just sitting here playing games all day. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to give up on the games, and there will be games that will get a lot more attention. Right now, we're in RPG mania, and that's why the attention has dwindled. But definitely, I think the future is going in another direction. I see that. Okay, so 1 Minute Man says, let me clarify, the purpose of choosing non-aggressive dialogue options is not to avoid challenges and make the game easy. It may seem like this if you consider yourself a hammer and view others as nails. Rather, challenges now become resisting the urge of instant gratification of combat and looting, instead of thinking ahead and viewing others as possible future allies, just like the marshmallow test. In reality, I don't think of it like that at all. I want to know why? Because I don't think the combat in the game is quick and easy at all. I don't see it like you said, oh, it's instant gratification just to kill everything. I don't see it that way because every fight is so complex in Baldur's Gate. I don't think there's a simple fight where it's just clear the room easily and move on, right? I don't see it that way at all. And maybe the few times that I did see it that way, it backfired, i.e., Volo, right? Where I thought, oh, this is a simple fight. Let's kill these people, and then we'll just go free Volo. And the next thing I know, he's dead. The card exploded or whatever it was, right? Which I didn't even realize was happening. So I actually don't see it like that, but I understand what you're saying, where you're coming from. Thank you for the tip. Okay. Man Baby Gaming, what a name. Says, what's the highest amount tip I've ever gotten? I want to say, and this, I could be wrong.
It's $1,500, I think. Remember, Planet Jeff gave me $1,000 alone just to fucking add to the fucking $1,000 I already had to see Jasper. 2KJ, you know? But I think the highest individual tip Phil got was like $1,500.
I want to say the largest tip I've ever received ever in history was $2,000. And I think that was several years ago. probably like 3-4 years ago, right? It was either during my late Twitch days or my early YouTube days. I want to say it was during my late Twitch days, during like one of my marathons or something like that.
Technically speaking, the biggest tip you ever got was from your mother because she gave you like $4,000, $5,000 to fucking pay a back taxes payment plan thing.
So yeah, but the thing is, I don't track that stuff, so I really don't know. I could be completely wrong. There might have actually been a bigger one, and I don't remember. Though for me, the moments that resonate are the awesome hangout moments, the awesome gameplay moments, the awesome times we have together with the streaming. And
then name one example, Phil. Name one time. Give me one example, please. I'm waiting for this one example of one moment that resonates with you and your audience. Please, Phil.
not the contributions that come in. You know what I'm saying? So I don't remember, honestly, what the biggest contribution has been. Dark Gaming says, I think you didn't notice the countdown timer on the side of the screen that said 3 minutes to save Volo. I didn't see that at all. I literally didn't see that whatsoever. No, I must have missed it. I mean, let's be honest. Baldur's Gate 3 is a very busy game. There's 700 menus going on at once on every screen, so I probably didn't even notice it.
It's your attention to detail that impresses me most.
Oh yes, Beam Sardine says, do you remember the Emerald 7 gift sub bombs? That was a hype moment from Twitch. Yeah. When Emerald 7 came by on Twitch and he gifted like 1,000 maximum tier memberships. It was insane. Because those...
Well, hold on. Look at the smile on his face here, the fucking look of nostalgia.
1,000 maximum tier memberships.
Like that, and like the look here, this is the most like... This is like somebody reminiscing about a long lost like puppy they had when they were a kid. This is the sort of look people get when like they're thinking like the most heartfelt moment in their life. When have you ever seen Phil have a face like this when he's like fucking thinking, this is like the happiest, this is such a weird face for him to make. The strange or nostalgic, wow, that was a great fucking moment in history for me, wasn't it? Okay, continue, Phil.
It was insane. Because those memberships are expensive. Weren't they like $15 or something like that? So he gifted an insane amount. And of course, that helped me a ton. I have to tell you guys, I'm so grateful for like the years of 2020, 2021. That was when I was going through my bankruptcy and everything. And I had like no money because of everything that was going on. And the support I got was amazing. It basically pushed me through that time very positively. So thanks to so many who supported me back then. It's really nice. No, you guys have to understand something. Twitch takes a giant cut of everything. So if it was like 1,000 maximum tier subs, I got half of whatever it should have been because Twitch takes a ton. But no, I did. I got that, and that helped.
You still got a half of something that you weren't expecting to get, though. You know, it was like you still. So yeah, he gets like 1,000 memberships or something. But you still got thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars out of nowhere.
A ton back then, you know, many years ago. I mean, that was what, 4 or 5 years ago at this point now.
He's been drinking and texting.
I'm sure Twitch was happy about that. No. Why would I even care about that? Noct says, do I see something like the vest streak ever coming back? What? First of all, the vest streak wasn't something I had planned for. It wasn't something I had asked for. It just kind of happened naturally, right? It was organic. What made you think anything like that would ever happen again? I don't think so.
I mean, God, still, remember the fishing hat streak. I still remember this fondly. He had like a fucking... He bought a fishing hat and fucking a fishing game was on Game Pass. And it was going to do these little chill fishing night stream games, you know? And a couple of streams in a row, he got like, you know, big money. And so he had a thing where he's like, guys, we're starting the lure streak. The lure streak is starting. The streak died the same day it began. Phil had to delete it from his board because support dried up. He sadly deleted it from the board. It's not going to happen anymore. He just fucking removed. Oh, it's beautiful. He is absolutely desperate for streaks to happen again. That got him a ridiculous, insane amount of money. And yeah, the vest streak was one of the dumbest things fucking ever, and yet he fucking still managed to... It still fucking happened. Technically, the vest streak died early on, but Phil miscalculated, and so it continued. And when Phil was challenging us, Phil said, who cares? I would have probably made it anyway.
You know, the thing like that is it's a one-time thing. And then after that, you can't replicate that because the magic is already gone. The one-time streak is over, you know? Is that even true? Jern Bike says, at least there's no chargeback on YouTube Super Chats, unlike in Twitch. I didn't even know Twitch has chargebacks. I didn't even know that. I had no clue about that at all. I don't think I ever had them when I was on Twitch. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I ever was affected by like a chargeback on Twitch for like a subscription or a membership. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong and I didn't notice it. I don't think so. But no, I've never had that problem on here. when you're gonna ask me if I'm gonna do a collab stream, you have to understand I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know who that person is. Nor no, I would never do a collab stream because no one would ever want to collab with me. And it's not because of me, it's because of my trolls. If it weren't for the insane amount of trolls that harass everyone associated with me, I probably would have collab streams and stuff, you know? I wouldn't mind every once in a while doing a stream where someone else jumps on, we talk topics, you know, play games, stuff like that. But no one, literally no one would ever want to do that with me because of the trolling aspect of it, so. No. The Blimp says, can you confirm you're 100% going magic for the Elden Ring DLC? Melania and Michaela are rumored to be returning. The part where Melania was bloody epic. No, I don't know what I'm doing. That's the beauty of Elden Ring is you can respec at any time. So likely what we'll do is start the DLC, and when I get a first weapon, whatever the first weapon is, I might go respec to use it and see what the weapon is and try out a new weapon and then go from there. Boss.
Bruh.
What? Really? I received another $5 tip from 1 Minute Man. He says, I almost forgot. There's some breaking news. You won't believe this. What's happening to you in real life will actually happen to your character in the Baldur's Gate 3. Trolls will actually try to ruin your reputation in the city. They're going to publish a hit piece in the local newspaper. What the heck? Well, that's funny. There's actually a plot line where someone tries to smear you in the newspaper.
Games like me, for real, for real.
Well, that would be a first for a video game, I think, right? Well, there you go. I guess we'll see that coming soon. Excellent. Thank you for the tip again, 1 Minute Man. Okay. It's one of the coolest Act 3 quests. When does it happen? Because we're pretty far into Act 3 right now, right? I'm surprised it hasn't.
Stop asking for fucking spoilers, you fucking prick. Oh, for fuck's sake. Tacozilla made something else, and so did Mr. So this is Tacozilla. The context of this from Tacozilla is that, you know, after a DSP, after he watches Oppenheimer. Yeah, pretty much Phil would be like something, yeah, I know something of science myself because I watched a movie once. Mr. made this. He calls it a Freck mock-up. No. Just fucking no. No. If science makes this, then fuck science. That's all I fucking say about that. Thank you for sharing your horrific imagery.
It happened yet? Eternal did for the first super chat of the day, and he says 672 has stolen all of my beats. That's awful. 672, I demand that you return all of Eternal's beats immediately, and they better all have. They all better all be intact. None of them better have been skinned or bitten into or boiled. Oh, really? Dark Gaming says that only happens if you talk to the journalist at the very start of the city area. You didn't, so it won't come up. I didn't? I thought I did. Well, I talked to the newspaper boys. Remember that? I did talk to them. But I guess you're saying there's an actual journalist and I missed them? Oh. Mr. Louis Casino says, I'm watching your Control playthrough to prepare for Alan Wake 2. Do you mean you're going to watch my Alan Wake 2 playthrough? There are some connections there. There are. There's not a ton of direct connections, but there are some connections and you will get some background by watching Control first. But sadly, I never got around to playing the Control Alan Wake crossover DLC. There was a whole DLC dealing with how Alan Wake was connected with Control, and I never played it, which really stinks. I wish I did.
Oh, I'm going fucking 1.75. He is doing my Nuttimill's dead air.
No, I think I did talk to a journalist. Because people are saying it was a dark tiefling girl. No, I swear I talked to that person. I swear I did. I think I did.
The daft thing is, it's like 20 minutes to go. There's 20 more minutes to go of this podcast, apparently. Also, Phil burped silently. I think I saw it as well, so yeah, I'll count that. We're one burp away and one snort away from free spaces. Fucking Yaldi. But yeah, we're 20 more minutes of this podcast to go, even though so much dead air.
Yeah, I did, because that was right outside yeah, that's right, it was right outside the newspaper office, correct? And didn't I do like a mission or two there? So I think I did talk to them. Oh, I don't know. At this point, with Baldur's Gate 3, they literally made the game so complex, with so many moving parts, so many quests, so many things at all times. It's like impossible to keep track of them all, to even know what you've done or haven't done, right? Like, it really is. Like, I don't know. I mean, Act 3 started for me, what, 20 hours ago or more? Because wasn't it like the very end of... It was like the very end of the 80 to 90 hour mark when we finished Act 2, and we headed into the Act 3 area. right? And first with the outskirts. First we had the mission, well first, we had to save the Emperor. Then we got to the outskirts town, which wasn't Baldur's Gate, but the town Rivington or whatever, and that was a couple of streams. Then we went up the road or whatever and explored, and then found the way into Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate's been like 5-6 streams, right? It's just insane. It's one of those games that's so big in scope that like it's so hard to keep track of what you're doing, you know? So I guarantee you there's like a million unfinished things I don't recall.
A million unfinished things that you can't recall? That's an interesting number.
Jesus!
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, 6 million. 6 million. That's a pretty interesting number, isn't it? 6 million. Well, guess what? You're wrong. It didn't happen. You're making it up, right? You make that shit up. No, how about this? Banned. Gone forever. Because I don't put up with your fucking bullshit.
Now that was good. Now that was a fucking good one.
The bar's being raised.
I mean, I couldn't help myself. I've not seen it for a wee while, you know, it's too fucking funny. Big up to, of course, that being said as well. Hope you're all looking forward to the upcoming King of the Ring competition. I am hoping to do better than I did last time. I do have a couple of songs ready and on the go. If I make it past round 1, I think my round 2 songs will be an absolute banger, you know. It might be controversial, mind you, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, you know. I let myself down last time round for King of the Ring. You know, I had a pretty poor entry, and as I crashed out in round 1, I was like, ah, shit. I tried something different, it didn't work out, you know, that's what I get for trying to experiment. I'll just stick to what I feel like I'm better at, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, when is King of the Ring? Is it next week or something? I don't even know. But it's coming soon, I know that much, it's coming very freaking soon. So good luck to everyone that's competing, although if you get in my way, I'm going to batter 7's shades of shite out of you, because no one's standing in my fucking way of becoming the King of the Ring.
I received another $10 tip from 69. Let's get those gunner glasses. Thank you very much to 69 for a $10 tip. Indeed. It's time for the gunners. Thanks to you. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, we went to the sewers and we cleared them early. Like that was the first thing I did when I actually hit the real Baldur's Gate area, is I somehow ended up in the sewers, and we went down there and killed like a whole bunch of stuff. And people were like, why are you here so early? You should have done all this actual city quests first and then went to the sewers. And I was like, just kind of turned out that way. Again, that's how the game is, right? There's so much to do. You stumble into stuff and you end up doing it. You don't know if you're doing it in the right order, and sometimes it doesn't really matter. I think what happened was people were like, but basically because I did the sewers first now, they don't even know how that's going to tie into other quests. I guess there's quests that want you to go to the sewers, but we've already done the stuff down there. So I don't know what's going to happen. Did I ever have any coworkers I got along well with at my office job? Yes. I had a few coworkers I would have considered at that point in my life close friends. I actually attended one of their weddings. Yeah. But like everything in life, there's a falling out. And what happened was when I got laid off, right? And I leaned heavy into YouTube because that was my job, my full-time job now. I basically put all my efforts in and I just lost touch with them all. A few of them I continued to contact and talk with and connect on Facebook and text from time to time. And then after the time, you lose touch, and that was that. Okay. Any other questions or anything for me, guys? You tag me in the chat. We have a little bit of extra time before the show adjourns for today. I want to say thanks for the early support. I really appreciate that. Again, this is my only stream for today, so any support is very much appreciated because I'm not doing a late stream tonight. And I'll be honest, usually when I start with Final Fantasy VII, there's almost no support for the rest of the stream, so I'm appreciative of the early support. Thank you for that. Why is there so much negativity surrounding me? Because for the last 10 plus years, people have found it very profitable and beneficial to make me a laughingstock on the internet because it's become a meme. For various reasons. It started off with his gameplay sucks. Then it started off with his attitude sucks. Then it was, oh, the quality of his stuff sucks. Then it was, oh, all this stuff in his personal life has nothing to do with anything. Let's expose that. Let's fuck with that. Then it became, let's make conspiracy theories about him and push them as facts so that way people will continue to laugh and make fun of him. And all the while, people getting views, people making money, people making out by making fun of me. That's why. If there was no profitability or popularity to be made doing it, no one would do it. They do it for...
This is how you don't play started as something just to fucking make funny of. As far as I'm aware, Evil Age didn't make a single fucking penny. Well, this is how you don't play videos. He done it because, he thought it was going to be something good to make because you were butchering a game that he fucking loved. And he was calling you out and showing you all the worst parts of you playing that fucking game. And that took off. That exposed a lot of people to what you were like as a gamer in a condensed format. And also from then on in, you know what I mean, you've had all sorts of different things happening as well. You got the Decide Don't plays, you got people making detractor songs, you got people doing like, well, me and my dumbass bingo stuff, you got That Being Said, you got Vega and Shinko doing streams, and everyone else, Chill Murray and Raven as well, they do streams. So many people have so many different takes and opinions and ways to analyse Phil's bizarre fucking antics. You got people like Aqua Teal and Hate Army clipping Phil, and Snort Hogan clipping Phil's antics and everything else. You got DSP Transit Memology, who is getting insane metrics and numbers because of the stuff that he clips and highlights, including the fighting game content as well. You have so many detractors with so many different takes and opinions and things to give their input on. It's not just Phil loves to think of it and believe it as one big circle jerk hive mind kind of thing. Could not be fucking further from the fucking truth. There are so many different opinions and takes and feelings out there. Hell, there's even detractors out there that that will not. There is. I'm not saying it happens a lot, but there's definitely some detractors out there. There's some friction. I'll put it that way.
Radiator Drinker tipped £1. If Philly Boy was in a room with a pistol loaded with 2 rounds with 3 others, Hitler, Stalin and John Rambo, he would fire on Rambo twice.
Okay, now, thank you very much to Radiator Drinker for that. Yeah, I have a feeling you might be right. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, bloody hell. You might very well be right. Jesus, that was his only friend. That was legitimately Phil's only friend, Rambo. That's why I truly believe that was his only friend he's ever had as an adult. School days, who knows, or even work. Is it weird that you don't count like work friends as proper friends? Because if you ever leave, how many times have you left a job and yet you stayed in touch regularly with with people that work there? It doesn't usually happen, does it? Not unless they're like a really good person and like they become like a really good friend. It rarely happens, in my opinion. But yeah, like, work friends are just a different thing. There's nothing wrong with work friends, of course. It's nice to have some work friends, but yeah, when you leave that job, it's just a case usually you would lose touch with that. We have a free space apparently because of the likes. Okay, fantastic stuff indeed. Thank you very much, guys, for liking the stream 100 times. 100 likes means we have a free space, and as well as a free space, you guys get to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. Don't forget to keep an eye on the bottom right for Jasper to do his thing. Good cat. And there we go. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's unusual to not have friends. Don't know if you could hear the police sirens going past my window there. Don't worry, I didn't do it. They have no evidence, so I just thought I'd be quiet while the sirens went off. But don't worry, they'll never know it was me. But yeah, you did hear okay, so there you go. That's why I just thought I'd let it pass. But yeah, I mean, it's not unusual, say, to fucking retain friendships, even from like some jobs, whatever. You know what I mean, but to me, it's more normal not to maintain relationships, if that makes sense. I've had like fucking 7, 8 different jobs from memory, at least, you know what I mean? And I will occasionally hear from people, like very rarely, you know? Things like Facebook as well as fucking, notorious for that, oh, what's so-and-so up to these fucking days? Like, oh, look, so-and-so fucking got a new kid, fucking hooray for them. It's like, but yeah, but you don't really fucking talk to them, I don't fucking do it anyway, you know what I mean? But that's just me. But so you wish them well, you don't fucking wish any ill will, but because you fucking don't see them anymore usually because you work in different jobs, different lifestyles, not shit, different social circles, I don't know. But Phil went to a wedding. That is new lore. He went to a wedding of a work colleague. I mean, can you imagine how awkward Phil would have been at that? What I'm more willing to bet is, here's what I'm more willing to bet. Phil went to the after party reception. I don't think he would have been important enough to have been at the wedding itself. He would have been invited to the after party. That's what I'm thinking happened. Because, I mean, weddings are fucking a big important deal. That's just like, you can't fucking... It's not easy if I can get in. If you're a work colleague, can you imagine that work colleague think? I mean, unless they had very small numbers in their social circle or whatever, they're thinking, I'm going to have everyone from work go to a wedding as well. Wouldn't I go to the after party? And So Quid Epony has a theory that I'm telling you, his dad asked his co-workers to invite him. It's quite possible. David Howe said Rambo's is +1. Ian, sorry, how do you think he wore his good Zelda jammies to? It's quite possible. Yeah, it's quite possible. Phil fucking turns up at the wedding just being so proud. I dressed myself today. I'm a big boy today. Anyone seen the apple juice? Oh my god. Anyway, so as things stand, we have 2 free spaces. And we only need 2 more things to happen, although we're a snort and a burp away from 2 more free spaces, so who knows. Fingers crossed we can get a full house today.
Personal gain, because they know that there's no way that a little guy like me can sue for defamation. So they just continue to do it, and I just roll along and ignore them. That's the truth. You're gonna play Alan Wake 2 yourself? That's cool, Louis Casino. Alan Wake 2 is a great game. I think you'll like it. What's for dinner tonight? I don't know. Yes, I'm aware that you can travel between regions at the Chocobo Ranches, but I don't know why I would do that, because I did all the content. Like, I already did everything in the grasslands, so there's, like, no reason to go back to the grasslands, right? Jasper just made some noise. I was like, what's that? Sadly, at what point do you think that I would talk to you about major life goals on a podcast stream? Like, let's say I actually did have major life goals that are personal and based on what my wife and I want to do with them.
Oh, that's a burp. I'm sure that was a burp there we can hear. A fucking delay.
Like, let's say I actually did have major life goals.
Yeah, that's a face, a burp. We have a freeze. We're only one away, guys. We're 1 square away. Or 1 snort away from a full house.
Personal and based on what my wife and I want to do with our lives and our futures. Why would I tell you that on a podcast stream? Exactly. Wouldn't that be like my own business? Why are you asking me questions like that?
Phil, your money is your own business, and yet you fucking ask us all the goddamn time to give you money. No, your money is your business. It's no one else's fucking business. So why are you making it our business by constantly fucking telling us to give you money?
This isn't like a job interview or anything. You understand that, right? This is a podcast. I'm just hanging out with you guys. I don't need to tell you about my big aspirations of my life for the rest of my life, you know.
Yeah, because you fucking have any idea what a fucking job interview is like in 2024. You dumb son of a bitch.
Harris Solo says, oh no, please tell us so that the trolls can go out of their way to ruin their plans. There you go. How old is Jasper? We're not exactly sure. When we rescued him, we were told he probably was between 2.5 to 3.5 years old, but there was no record of his birth, so they didn't know. And, you know, we've had him for many years, so we estimate that he's probably around 8-ish, maybe. He could be like 7, he could be like 9. Like, there's an age range that we're not sure. But he's definitely middle-aged. He's a middle-aged cat at this point. I could have just said I didn't want to answer your question. That's exactly what I did, Hadley. That's exactly what I did. You didn't notice. When I take a piss, do I do it directly into the bowl or on the wall so it doesn't make noise? It depends. Sometimes I piss in the water. Sometimes I piss on the wall.
No, come on. You've always got to fucking show respect to your fucking residents, your house. You fucking always aim for the bowl. Edges of the bowl every time. Look, even if you're alone in the house, it's good to get the practice in. You know, it can never hurt to get the practice in. You want a fucking expert stealth piss, you know, you don't want to fucking aim splashing down to the fucking water and fucking waking the whole entire household up, whether it's like fucking 3 AM in the morning. No, God, no. No, you fucking, you aim for the fucking, those edges, you know what I mean, just to try and make it as silent as possible, just for the good of the household. You got to show respect to your fucking fellow household residents now.
Sometimes I aim to try to get, so like, you know, sometimes stuff's caked on your toilet, and you're like, oh.
Sometimes I aim. I want to like this whole thing just for context, but goddamn, Phil's seriously answering this question. He doesn't. Any questions about his future aspirations in his life is mocked and ridiculed. But a question asking him, how does he piss? Does he go dead centre, or does he aim for the bowl edges? He'll answer this one very thoroughly. You know what I mean? That kind of shows you the level of intelligence and how meaningful these podcasts are, I guess.
I could have just said I didn't want to answer your question. That's exactly what I did, Hadley. That's exactly what I did. You didn't notice. When I take a piss, do I do it directly into the bowl or on the wall so it doesn't make noise? It depends. Sometimes I piss in the water. Sometimes I piss on the wall. Sometimes I aim to try to get, so you know, sometimes stuff's caked on your toilet, and you're like, oh, so you pee on it to try to get it to uncake, so that we don't have to clean it after. And sometimes you pee in the sink just for fun, and then sometimes you pee in the top tank as well. What? Wait, huh? Of course you do. That's right. But the one thing you never do, you never pee sitting down. There's people like us who we have like humongous, throbbing, manly members. Whenever you sit down in the toilet like that and you go to pee, it goes in the water. And now it's like, oh, now the head is touching the water and there's pee in there. And that's disgusting and dangerous. Cause infection. You know what I'm saying? You never. Of course, the worst. There's nothing worse than sitting down in the toilet and then your member hits the water. Oh, why am I so big? I hate this. It's so uncomfortable.
Is it bizarre I have like a bit of artwork here still saved on my thing, you know, yeah, there you go. There's Phil's fucking thing in all its glory.
Oh my god, can we stop having these discussions now? Thank you. Let's stop with this nonsense. It's incredibly disturbing. Oh my god.
Yeah, I forgot to delete that and it's still in OBS, so there we go. I can't remember who drew that. I can't remember who drew that before, but it's quite fitting.
Lord Prince Albert would have loved the segment. Actually, I think he wrote the segment. I disagree. Han Solo says, I mean this respectfully, I think you're one of the most interesting people on YouTube. I think that's why someone asked about your life goals in the podcast. I hope you have a great day. I disagree. I don't think I'm that interesting of a guy. I never have. But other people, I guess, disagree. But I think I'm just a guy who, like, never had any intention of doing anything important.
Oh, shut the fuck up, you dumb fucking cunt. Yeah, Sketchy. And Sketchy on Twitter drew this. That's who it was. That's who it was there, Sketchy. Drew this. I think I'll get rid of it now because it is like a bit disturbing picture. Let me just, there we go. Just remove it from fucking view. There we go. But let me remind us of full context. But Phil is trying to pretend now that he doesn't believe he's important, even though he was going to get a documentary made about him, and even though he wanted an interview to set the liquor straight, even though he thinks of himself as a gaming pioneer, even though he believes that if he fucking had time, he'd be one of the top Tekken players in the world. He doesn't believe, though, he's a very important or interesting individual.
Actually, I think he wrote the segment. I disagree. Han Solo says, I mean this respectfully, I think you're one of the most interesting people on YouTube. I think that's why someone asked about your life goals in the podcast. I hope you have a great day. I disagree. I don't think I'm that interesting of a guy. I never have. But other people, I guess, disagree. But I think I'm just a guy who, like, never had any intention of doing anything important on the internet. All I wanted to do is just toss a few stupid videos, have a laugh, never take anything seriously. Here we are 16 plus years later, right? And look at where I am, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm just here to have fun and write it out and enjoy and play games and, you know, just have a good relaxing time with you guys. That's all I really give a shit about. I don't care. All this other stuff is just nonsense. I just don't pay any attention to, nor will I ever. I don't care. You know? When I did care and I got angry about it, it didn't benefit anything, right? Like when This Is How You Don't Play started and I reacted poorly to it. Oh, well, you reacted badly to it. Because, you know, you shouldn't have done that. You should have rode with it or whatever. Okay, so now there's tons of negativity about me for insane conspiracies and crazy shit. So I ignore it. And now people are like, you're doing the wrong thing. You should really be paying attention to all this stuff. It's like, wait, what? When I paid attention to it, I did the wrong thing. Now that I ignore it, I'm also doing the wrong thing. So how about I just do my thing and everyone just shuts the fuck up, right? Because I don't care. I really don't. Let them all make their fucking insane, you know, conspiracy theory videos, their stupid 2-hour documentaries that rehash the exact same topics over and over that are still bullshit. I don't care. I just don't give a shit. How tall am I? 5'11". Exactly right. There is no winning. For me, there's no winning. There's only surviving and maintaining. I will never win because there's no way to win when the entire internet is so ignorant that they don't spend any time to do any kind of legitimate research and everyone's always out for themselves and personal benefit, right? Like, I'll give you an example. It benefits people more to laugh at something that's a group meme than to research it to realize what it really is, right? You might have actually laughed at a meme that you thought was funny, but if you took 5 seconds to research it, you'd actually find out it's a really fucked up thing. You're like, oh shit, I laughed at that, thought it was funny at first, but now I know the true story behind it. That's pretty messed up actually, and I shouldn't have done that. That's actually pretty bad, right? But no one does that. It's easier to just laugh at me. And that's my life. My life is a meme that people have invented on the internet to laugh at and benefit from laughing at. But they don't take 5 seconds to do research into the real me or who I am or what I do or what I stand for. That's just, to them, doesn't matter. It doesn't even exist, right? So since that's the case, why care about them? I don't. I care about you guys on my stream every day. That's about it.
You don't even care about that, Phil. You fucking care about the fucking bottom line, which is how much fucking money you can fleece your fucking deadheads on a daily fucking basis. Your stream yesterday, you actually fucking freaked the fuck out because you had no money coming in. And you were super concerned that people hadn't turned up or was a problem. You actually started beginning there was a problem with YouTube and a problem with PayPal and a problem with contributions because it was $0 when you got around to your contribution side of things. I was like, oh, is it because we're an hour early? Is things broken? Basically, Phil, when the money isn't showing and when the money is not flowing, you fucking start to question and interrogate and try and wonder what's going on. Is something wrong? For you, it's a very given relationship. It's a very fucking... It's like you're a leech. It's like your audience are a fucking human body, and you are the leech, trying to suck as much nutrients from them as fucking possible before you bleed them fucking dry, and you cannot get any more fucking money from them. And at that point in time, they become fucking useless to you, and they can be discarded, and you can move on to other fucking people. You clearly care what people fucking say about you on a regular fucking basis. Hell, you fucking practically mentioned Turkey Tom there. The fucking documentaries, 2-hour documentaries. I'm calling that another Turkey Tom reference. You know, didn't mention Decade of Failure, I didn't fucking mention Being Milked. I'm definitely assuming that's another Turkey Tom reference. And how are people meant to fucking do research, Phil, when you don't answer questions that are posed to you? One of the most biggest questions you were asked was about WWE Champions, and when Craig asked you to prove it, you said no. You are not willing to show evidence to counter the claims that detractors are making, and the evidence we have at our disposal is usually very fucking strong.
The thing is, like, what I've seen in my life, especially since I've been on YouTube, is that it's like this, okay? It's peaks and valleys, a wave. Sometimes you're at a high, things are going real well, and sometimes it goes down, and sometimes...
Hey, he's doing hand grafts. It's a shame it's not a part of his card, but those are hand grafts, everyone.
It goes up, and sometimes it goes down like this. This is how it's been the whole time. Right now, it's like, for the people who like me, things are going good. I mean, yeah, views are down right now because I'm playing a lot of RPGs, but things are still fine. If anything, at a time when kind of the gaming world is a little stagnant, like I feel it is right now, okay? The fact that I'm still maintaining and doing well, it's a good sign. My personal life is great, right? Look at all this good improvements and things we're making around here. Everything's been good. But there's a whole other side to that, public appearance. Oh, he's horrible and blah, blah, blah. Who cares? How can you... I just sit here all day just playing games and just having a good time and not taking stuff so seriously and everything. And then people out there are just like, oh, he's the devil. Like, what? Where do you even get that from? Right? None of it makes any sense. Really, none of it makes any sense. And that's why I don't care. If it doesn't make logical sense, then I don't pay attention to it. You know? And people who aren't into the whole YouTube meme mentality, people who don't jump on hate bandwagons, who see it from an outside perspective and look objectively, they look at it and they're like, that's the dumbest thing ever. Who are these fucking losers on the internet who just pile on this guy? Right? Like, who gives a shit? You know? Oh, stupid nose. Oh, it doesn't bother me today. I was all right, and all of a sudden my lip, I'm starting to get congestion. I'm like, oh, I hate that. Hopefully it won't bother you guys so much, because again, with the new filters on the mic, you probably won't hear a lot of the annoying bodily functions that I usually do. Right? Certainly now you won't. I mean, you guys never heard it before, but you definitely won't hear me farting now. It's funny, because I swear I know there's some nights, like after dinner, where I eat something that has like cheese, and I'm on here, and I'm surprised that you guys don't think I'm like Dalsim levitating, because I have so much gas coming out of my ass that it's like yoga, fart teleportation and shit. You know what I mean? Like I should be like, yoga, but you guys never say a word about it. So you must not hear it, right? And that was before the filters. So now with the filters, you'll definitely never hear it. Am I lactose intolerant? No. I am. I don't know what the term is. Look, I can eat lactose. People who are truly lactose intolerant, when they eat lactose, they actually get sick. Okay? I don't get sick from eating lactose, but I get bloating, gas, and discomfort depending on the type. So, for example, if I eat cheese, I'm usually okay, but if I eat too much cheese, then I get the gas and the bloating. If I drink milk, yeah, usually that gets me. And if I eat yogurt, oh no, yogurt's the worst. Whatever it is, those live cultures, I can't handle them. I actually get pain and discomfort for eating yogurt. It's real bad in that case. So yeah, it's not like, because I know people who are truly lactose intolerant, they literally can't eat it. They eat it and they get sick. They have to like vomit it up or whatever. I'm not like that.
We had a snort there. I'm counting it. I'm fucking calling it. I'm saying we win there. We had a snort there. I can see the snort. It happened. I'll show you.
I know people who are truly lactose intolerant. They literally can't eat it. They eat it and they get sick. They have to like vomit it up or whatever. I'm not like that.
It was before that. Hold on.
I actually get pain and discomfort for eating yogurt. It's real bad in that case.
There. That was a snort right there. I'm calling that a fucking snort. I don't fucking care. We fucking win. I don't fucking care. I'm fucking done with this prick.
Burger.
Full house? Oh boy. How exciting. Anyway.
This fucking boring ass, fucking mundane, ridiculous bullshit of a fucking topic. Who fucking cares? We fucking win bingo. Let me update the total here before I forget to. Which one's this one here? The bingo prize fund is now up to 85 buckaroos. So there we go. 85 buckaroos. Fantastic stuff indeed, there we go. So we won bingo today and we're fucking ready for that. Let's go to live DSP and see how he's doing, shall we, for in terms of support. He's not made a single fucking dollar in an hour. An hour? Hold on, let's rewind an hour just to confirm that. Well, not even that, let's rewind an hour and 20. Let's rewind an hour and 30. Okay, so yeah, in between then. 1 hour and 25 minutes ago, he was sitting on $50, and he's still on $50.
Stuff, and I can't remember how to do that.
And I think it's the same person that super chatted as well, like an hour and a half ago, practically. Baguette. His name's not fucking changed. Oh my god, that is pretty fucking terrible, Phil. Jesus Christ. But yeah, you play Final Fantasy because you love the game and everything else. Yeah, who cares if people don't want to see it? Anyway. Guys, I am going to call things there and call time on that. Guys, thank you very much for joining me for some bingo antics on this fine Monday. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully at a normal time, for some more bingo antics. Yeah, today was a strange one. Again, I do apologise for being late for bingo today. Yeah, just a situation at my hand, nothing I can do, but hopefully tomorrow will be more normal. But I have to wait and see, I guess. But yeah, remember, obviously, for people who are, for people that didn't have to put their clocks forward yet, the bingo, for people, if you're in the UK, it'll start about 6 PM, the bingo. So yeah, I need to remember that myself, of course. It's just for, yeah, worst case scenario, I'll start a bit later if I'm not back in time from work, for example, but I should be back in time for work and all that. But yeah, but I should be starting at 6 PM tomorrow UK time. If for people wherever you are in the world, I'm trying to understand time zones and use that as a reference, but there you go. But yeah, we won bingo today, fantastic stuff. The prize pool has gone up, which is fantastic news indeed. So yeah, remember, if you've not had a comment yet in that community post, make sure you do it before the end of the month. That way you'll win with a chance of winning a prize, and whatever that prize fund pool is, that money can be yours. Or if you'd rather have it, whoever wins the bingo, whoever wins that prize fund, they can decide what happens with it. I can either send it to them, I can try and get them vouchers, I can send it to charity. It's up to the winner essentially what happens with that fucking money. But yeah, I'm going to wrap things up there, guys. So thank you very much for joining me. As I said once again, I am going to end how it always ends by putting the today's PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. Until then, I hope you enjoyed it your Monday, however you should spend it, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money.
Free.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.